worry about that. So, oh, cool. I could record it and then share it to what's the name? So I'm gonna record it to the computer and then
Uh-huh.
share this joint on Facebook at the same time too.
Let's go. Let's
Ooh.
go. You already put it on? It's not on Facebook yet, right?
I haven't put it. Are we waiting for Tommy, or you want to just go?
I'll say just. I'm assuming just when you share it, that's when it goes live, or it's gonna pick up what we talking about right
Yeah,
now.
when I shared it, when I put it on Facebook, it's gonna go live. It's just recording now. But
So
once
it's
I
not
put
gonna
it
go
on
live
Facebook,
until it goes live.
until
Then.
I hit live on Facebook, it's not gonna be live yet. So it's not live yet.
All right, let me see where Tommy's at. Then.
All
Kind of
right.
want to start with him, so he don't have to. I don't want him to go back and be like.
I mean, him join on to be pretty seamless, but it's your call.
No, I don't mind. I just don't want him to be on when he start go over something that we already talked about.
Mm.
But me knowing Tommy, he on the road right now. Knowing Tommy. But real talk. And then if he says anything we went over, we'll just feel like we did that or get his 2 cents on it. So whenever you ready, bud, Virgin.
Okay. Oh, there it goes.
There it goes. Here we go. Bet time. Perfect timing.
All right,
you didn't
so
go live yet. What's the order y'all want to? All right, so we ain't live. What order y'all want to go? I don't care. There's no dictatorship.
It's what you.
No, it ain't. I don't care. I just put the stuff we got. Pretty much recap. Trade deadlines or what we think might happen with trades. So anything we want to go over there at that. Preview for next week, and then I guess we could talk about that Justin Jefferson injury. And we can swing that 2 ways. We can swing that what it means in the NFL and what does it mean to everybody who drafted him with the first pick for fantasy football.
My team is burnt because I was one of those people. My team is burnt.
All right, so
Tommy,
about to be a fire sale.
So I guess the best way to do this is I'm gonna share the Facebook now. So y'all when I do it to Facebook, y'all just go to my page and then share it to y'all individual pages. Share the live. So I'm about to do that right now. I'm gonna let you know when it's a complete go. So this is just an NFL show, right?
Yeah. Unless something goes.
NFL recap and predictions.
Just a week.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, there he is. Cup of coffee. You know, Andrew, what's up, man? It's you. Big up yourself.
What's up, Tommy?
Fell asleep. I'm not as young as you guys anymore. Drop asleep.
I lie, y'all tell.
Man.
This meeting is being live streamed. Got it. Oh yeah, you gotta turn down the daggone volume on Facebook too.
Oh yeah, it picks up. You tell me when we good to go.
We're live.
We're live.
I can share from my
live and in living color.
Share from my page now.
Yep.
And you're up.
That's it. What's going on, everybody? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, sports fans all around the world. I'm here with some great people. Once again, I got my guy V. George Smith.
What's going on, people? Them
all the way from Florida. Oh my God!
I
got Andrew.
Okay.
What's up, everybody?
And I got the superstar himself, Hugh.
What up, world?
And then we call him the professor, aka Tommy, aka Anthony. What's up?
Blessings and greetings.
All right, everybody. Real simple. We're gonna talk football tonight. Straight football. Fellas, let's start off with a recap of last week. What games surprised you?
49ers and Cowboys. 49ers and Cowboys.
Nope.
Oh, you're
Thank
going
you,
right
thank you
after
everybody for
early.
coming. We had fun. This was great. Felt
Hey, that game
great
didn't
reminiscing
exist.
with you guys. Have a good day,
Grand
y'all.
opening, grand closing.
He said he's gone.
I'm out of here.
He about to live stream his Madden game against the 49ers.
Nah, if you know, I'm gonna go first on that game. That game to me, I know the media, sports world is blown. To me, they're blowing that game up bigger. To me, bigger than what it really was. It wasn't a playoff game for me. It's week 5. The Cowboys are a very good team going against an elite team at home. At that, right? The Niners had, to me, 2 jobs to do when they got into that game: protect the ball, and some way, somehow neutralize or contain Micah Parsons. They were effective at both. I think that Dallas needs a new OC or somebody. I hate their play calling. That's my takeaway from that. The worst game of the week. The worst game of the week was actually the Commanders versus the Bears. But we could talk about this real quick. We can always hop into that.
Shout out to John Lynch, the GM. He put together a very good team. You guys know how I felt about Safari. Yeah, I didn't really have that much faith in him, but man, he's definitely pick up a trade of the century for the 49ers, what he's doing. He's added an offensive, what can I put, a weapon to that team that's, you can't even explain how to even use him. You can use him in so many different ways. And then Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. Come on. Someone saw something there to be the last pick. Remember, he was drafted in April. They signed him in May to a 4-year deal. Think about it. Mr. Irrelevant. They saw something. The same time they drafted Trey Lance. So they saw something. It kind of reminds me of the RG3 and the Kirk Cousins signing in the same year also. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's hard. It's hard to blame Dak. It's so hard to blame Dak. He played over decent in the first half. Then in the second half, he started just chucking it up. But it hit wide receivers' hands into the 49ers' hands. So it is what it is. He didn't do anything crazy to lose the game. He did too much to win the game. 49ers is a better team. Right now on paper, the 49ers, like they're barring injury, is locked in for the Super Bowl.
What else y'all got?
I think San Francisco just completely took away their run game and made them one-dimensional. And Dak's not the type of guy that's going to, throw 50, 60 times a game and he's going to light up the stat sheet and you can rely heavily on him. But I also have an issue with how the Cowboys are using CeeDee Lamb. What do you have? 4 catches, 40-something yards, pedestrian numbers. But, he's your number 1 and they're using him more like a number 3. They got to scheme up some plays to get him more involved in that offense. And right now, I just think that he's a bystander at the moment. But that's not because of his talent. It's just the way the play calling is right now.
And Andrew, have you seen the game? They had a safety over the top on him too in the first half. They kept on
saying
they had a safety over the top to try to.
You got to put 2 on CD. He's a legit number 1. He could ball.
Is he?
Absolutely.
Wait, is he as good as Calvin Ridley?
Who?
Is he as good as Calvin Ridley?
CeeDee Lamb?
I'm trying to put in perspective how good he really is. Like,
I like CD.
I'll put CD over.
No, wait. It's not a like or dislike. It's not a like or dislike. I'm trying to figure out how we're framing how good he really is. Is he better than Calvin Ridley? Or as good as Calvin Ridley?
I
think
yes.
He's as good as him, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have to frame my conversation in a different way then. Because I don't No. Because I don't think he's that good. Like, I don't think he's on that level. Like, I think Calvin Ridley's a monster. I don't see monster when I see CeeDee Lamb. I think he's good. But I don't feel like he's about to tear my defense apart, especially with Dak playing quarterback. Like, I need to know what his best game has been as the number 1 receiver with Dak being there. Like, I don't know that I remember a game where it was like, CD caught like 14 balls for 190 and 4. Like, I don't remember a game of him going crazy. So I'm trying to frame how good like he really is in the scheme of the league. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to figure it out.
I could. Look at his numbers against the Jets. Dude had like 26 fantasy points. He had well over 100 yards. He had double-digit catches. And, you're looking – I'm not saying because I'm a Jet fan, but the Jets, their secondary is pretty good. Sauce, DJ Reed, those are top-tier corners. Okay. And he did his thing.
I think he had 12 catches, 13, something like that.
He had I think he had like 13 catches for $150, and I believe he had 2 touchdown catches that game. They had no answer for him. No answer.
What was the score of that game?
What was the score of that game? Let's see. I remember it being a lot
30-10.
Yep, I was gonna say. I think it was at least 30 points that the Dallas had.
The CDC he had 11 for 143.
Okay.
There you go.
I know he had double digits.
Real quick,
Okay,
I gotta ask you something.
guess.
Right at this moment, George, Dak Prescott or Cousins?
Dak.
I respect it.
VGS, give us your take.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stick to Sunday. I'm not gonna do the classic 26 years and compare CD to a guy that was smart enough to bet on the NFL while playing in the NFL. I'll just say, to keep it short and sweet, the entire 53 failed. The entire coaching staff failed. It wasn't no secret that you had this game circled on your schedule the entire year. This is not like the Arizona game when we were preparing to go in there with a full defense. You know you were scheming against that defense without Trayvon Diggs. You should have known to come in there, play a little less man defense, play a little zone defense, and make him pick through it. Also, this is what you told me, Jerry Jones and Will McClay. You told me that in the first round of the draft, you had to draft a run-stopping defensive tackle named Mozzie Smith. That's what you told me. You told me that we needed him more than a backup running back for Tony Pollard or a brand new tight end because we got rid of Dalton Schultz. So why, when we're going against the best running back in the league right now, I see 4th round pick Neville Gallimore and Osi Odigizua, who's primarily a pass rushing 3-technique defensive tackle. There's no 1-technique guys in there to stop the run. So it was just a lot of failure. If I'm playing blame game, I gotta start with Mike McCarthy and the horrid play calling that's been consistent throughout the season, especially in the red zone. You y'all got rid of Kellen Moore and told me y'all told me it was because he couldn't show up in these kind of games. But I'm not. Dak was horrible. Tony Pollard, I can't remember the last time I seen Tony Pollard fumble. I don't even recollect him ever fumbling. For him to have like no ball security on that, like for you to have that much freedom in running against the 49ers, you got to know somebody gonna be on you in a second. Them dudes is fast. So he didn't cover up the rock. He thought he was about to break some big run. It was just a lot of failure that went on Sunday. Again, but like you said, it's week 5. And it does bother me that it was them that beat us because, you know, they kind of front run now with the Kittle with the F Dallas t-shirt. Kittle is saying, you know, I wasn't tackled the whole game. Again, Dan Quinn, because
3 receptions,
3 touchdowns. He said in the post game, he said I wasn't tackled. He said I love games like this.
He's not lying. He didn't get dirty. He didn't get dirty at all.
He said I wasn't tackled, and he was not lying. Like no, we can't run. Like for some reason, we've been enamored with having these 3 safeties, all talented guys. But from watching the San Francisco model, it's proven that you need actual linebackers, actual thumpers that can get in there and do work. So does it kill us for the whole season? Absolutely not. We'll be in the mix but I don't want to hear nobody talking to me about no Super Bowl business. I don't want to hear it.
Oh,
I don't want to hear it.
I'm about to say Milo mix or Kool-Aid mix because no Super
No
Bowl.
Kool-Aid. Too much sugar. Too much sugar.
What is the mix? What kind of mix?
This is a 5th, 4th, 6th seed playoff team. I don't want to hear nothing because the reason why I say that is because the teams that are really good, they'll have their team intact and say, I'm going to take a first-round pick and go get A.J. Brown. The teams that are already intact and are already winning will see the Denver Broncos saying, we're about to release Randy Gregory. They'll pick up the phone and be like, hold up, don't cut him. We'll trade you for him so he can come in and back up Nick Bosa when he's tired. What does Jerry Jones do? Jerry Jones said, I'm going to go get me a kicker from the USFL that hasn't kicked since college. And then it works. So the only reason why we got Micah Parsons is why Dak Prescott got his foot broken. That's the only reason why we got him. So we lucky to drafting so much talent that we do just enough to stay right here. And as long as that man has the #1 earning team in the country without winning no championships, it'll never change. It'll never change. Ever.
I'm so proud of you, George. Wow, I am so proud of you.
That's kind of disrespectful. That's disrespectful because I've always been a level-headed Cowboys fan. And y'all be disrespectful. I just know that we manhandle you and we manhandle. That's all I know. We manhandle the NFC, but that's not enough. That's not enough.
I like that. I like that.
Dog in the fight.
He manhandled the AFC, but you didn't really play that great of talent in the AFC. I mean, you manhandled Mac Jones and you manhandled Zach Wilson. Is that really anything to be proud of?
And can we talk about that? Can we talk about that though? Who else strength of schedule is getting checked?
Ours is now. Shit.
Who else's strength of schedule is getting checked? Have we ran down who the Eagles? Have we ran down who the Eagles have beat? Come on now.
The Giants?
Hey, no disrespect. I was just a serious question. I mean, those two quarterbacks, they
No. But when you say that, that's part of the stuff that makes me make videos about other teams and clown other teams. Because we get held to this standard. No one believes we're gonna win the Super Bowl. So why are we discussed to a level? Why is it Super Bowl or bust for Dak?
When
you just asked me Dak or Kirk Cousins. You just said
I had to ask
CeeDee Lamb or Ridley.
No, that wasn't me. I was saying Dak or
he said it.
But that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
Everybody knows we can't win it. But if we don't win it, But no, we know he's gonna win. But
hey,
what's that standard?
We can't hear it too good.
Yeah, your audio is going in and out, man.
Yeah.
All right, y'all go ahead and talk then. Stop to get my stuff together.
No, I was just saying, we them boys, man. Every year, the Cowboys fans. It's not just you, George. I know a lot of Cowboys fans. Every year, you see when August come around. Oh boy, here we go again. Gonna pull it out. Cowboys, we them boys. Every year. So usually
ain't nothing wrong with believing in your team, man.
Of course,
ain't nothing wrong with believing.
Dude, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Knicks fan. I know it's a football show. I'm a Knicks fan. Since 1973, I wasn't born yet. That's the last time we won something. So I feel you guys.
It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, oh, y'all only beat such and such. I'm like, well,
you only can play on your schedule. You only can play on your schedule, right?
Right. You only can play what's on your schedule, #1. But it would make more sense to me if everybody's strength of schedule was getting ran down like we were in the NCAA. But we could only play who was in front of us.
And I mean, you're talking about the schedule. I mentioned probably 2 weeks ago when we was up here, I said to everyone, the real test is about to come up for the Eagles. Look at who they got coming up in these next 6-7 weeks.
You can skip that.
And-
They'll be fine this week.
But it
And they
doesn't
haven't-
matter. They're going to be in the playoffs by the time they play anybody.
Well, they should be, but I mean,
The
what
Eagles
they got?
they got the Jets, they got the Dolphins, they got the Commanders, they got Dallas, KC, Buffalo, San Francisco, Dallas again, Seattle. They
So
gonna
here we
beat
go,
New York,
Tommy.
they
What
beat
you
us,
just
no?
said, remove Andrew and my team. All of those games are games.
And you remove
The Eagles, after this week, the Eagles have a very tough road ahead. So
And they play
their
us. Well, they play us at Washington, correct? So we just played
you
at
guys
Lincoln.
beat them last year. You guys were the first one to give them a loss last year.
And they already got 5. They need to win 4 more out of the next 12. They could go. They could literally go what 4-7, and still make the playoffs.
Possibly, but the way it's set up, they can't lose. They can't afford to lose to y'all at all.
Right.
Because no, we got let's be honest. Because now the way that the league is set up, that 4 divisions makes it different than it used to be. You could have 3 teams from one division, like we had it, for example, last year, right? It was Giants, Eagles,
And Cowboys.
and Cowboys.
But this year in the NFC East, it's only gonna be 2 teams.
It's only gonna be
Yeah,
2.
The
But
Eagles
you got-
and the Cowboys. I just was saying,
but
Chris.
you got the North. The North schedule don't look bad. Their standings aren't bad.
Chris, Hugh, and Andrew. Remember what I was saying last year about the Detroit Lions?
Mm-hmm.
Remember I kept on saying they're going to be the number 1 team in the NFC North?
Dude, they're exciting to watch.
They're biting Achilles tendons. They're tearing off knees. They should have beat Seattle, but they defense let them down at the end.
They're
Yeah.
not using Jamar Gibbs. Sorry.
They're
Just
a
Did they
as-
lose to Seattle last year?
I'm sorry, you would
Huh?
say Hugh?
Did they lose to Seattle last year too?
I think so. They lost like in overtime to Seattle this year.
Yeah.
Blown coverage play, but they're one of those sneaky teams. They're one of those sneaky teams that a lot of these top tier teams don't want to see in the playoffs.
Man,
Oh, man,
you
Aiden
got
Hutchinson going crazy.
Dude,
because
You
even
gotta-
all right. So even the NFC West, right? We got the Niners, Seahawks should make it, right? You can't count the Rams out yet.
Can't.
It's only,
They're
it's only
finally
week
getting healthy.
5. We can't count them out yet, right? You got the Buccaneers probably
No,
going to
no,
win it,
I,
or the
I think
Falcons.
you could count them out.
Chris, I feel like we can count the Rams out. I think they're
Why?
I don't see it. But
their
I'm-
defense is their Achilles tendon. They're getting healthy with getting Cooper Cup back, but their defense
But-
is really
but
they're
by
not
the way-
bad.
If,
by
yeah,
the way,
go ahead.
I know Matt Stafford recently won a Super Bowl, but I can't erase the 12 years I saw in Detroit. Like he doesn't have a super team around him. I don't think he's like I don't see the Rams doing anything. I just don't.
But to George's point, we're talking about schedules. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you the Rams schedule. They got the Cardinals, the Steelers.
They could wait. They could lose to both of those teams. They could.
You could lose to the Cardinals. Trust me.
Yeah. Hello. We got lucky. Trust me.
No, hell on. We did that job.
Bro, that was the only time he scored a touchdown all season.
Relax. Well, I'll take it
season.
though. We did
Within
that
the last-
job.
Nah, come on, man.
We did that
Nah,
job.
we can't
They
say
can't put
it.
that. They can't put that stamp on us. We got. Speak up, you. We can't put that stamp on us. We can't
Okay.
put that stamp on us. We put it
Superb.
on the Cowboys,
Okay.
but they can't put it on us.
Yeah, we're down 64-3 at home. But
Hey,
okay. Yeah, at least we
dude,
beat the Cardinals.
Hey, we beat them though.
Yeah, hey. I mean,
What's the rest of their schedule, Tommy?
They got the Cardinals, the Steelers, the Cowboys, the Packers, Seahawks, Cardinals again, the Browns, the Ravens, the Commanders, the Saints, the Giants, and the 49ers.
Wait. Slow that. But do it again, but slower, because Cardinals,
Cardinals, Steelers,
they could lose that one.
Cowboys,
Go ahead.
Packers.
I'm hearing some good defenses, yo. Continue.
So you saw the game last night with the Raiders.
Yeah, they was at the Luxor.
They got the Seahawks. The Seahawks. Cardinals again.
Okay.
The Browns. The Ravens.
Where the Browns game at?
Home. They're going to play them in LA.
They gonna beat them.
Also, I mean, either way,
They're gonna
that's a
be
home
who?
game for Cleveland.
The Browns.
In LA.
Do you think the Rams are going to beat the Browns?
Yep.
In LA.
Gotcha. All right.
Then they got the Ravens in Baltimore. It's going to be a little cold. That's going to be in December. Then they got. I'm sorry.
I mean, the Ravens need a wide receiver that can catch the ball. So until then, the Ravens might lose too. Continue.
They got Zay though.
That can catch the ball. He's dropping balls yesterday too.
I'm
They had
sorry.
like 9 drops yesterday.
Lamar's been going to the playoffs with receivers that have not been catching the ball for years now. Like
They cost him the game yesterday. Did you see the highlights? I'm gonna show you a video.
No, bro. You know my wife is right. I watched every second of that game. Like I was
Mark Andrews
there.
is dropping touchdowns.
You could have changed the channel. You could have changed the channel.
What? What's the remote at that point? Like, nah.
Took the batteries off the remote.
Yeah, nah.
They
Good
got
win,
command-
Jess.
after,
Tell me
Lamar-
it's a good win.
after the
Lamar-
Ravens, they got the Commanders. Then they
Win.
got the Saints.
Win.
Then they come to New York to play the Giants. And then the 49ers already have it locked up. So they play the 49ers for the last game.
Yeah,
of the
Last game of the season.
There's like,
Okay.
And
there's at least five.
the 49ers might not even play their players. You're right. Last game of the season.
There's at least 5 losses in there. In that year, at least 5.
Yeah, that's a lot of. I heard a lot of good defenses.
That's 7-5.
I heard a lot of good defenses for a team that can't run the ball at all, and for a defense that is outside of Aaron Donald, they are super young,
Okay, this is who they lost.
super young and inexperienced.
They beat Seattle. They beat Seattle by
Division
7
game. Division game.
facts. They lost to the Niners only by 7. The Niners had to score in their last drive.
Division game.
They lost to the Bengals at home by a field goal in Cincinnati, and then they beat the Colts, and then they just lost to the Eagles.
So the 2 losses before was without their star offensive player, correct?
Yeah. And they lost. Washington just came back and they lost to the Eagles.
Cup.
Back. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not, but all you got to do is win 9 games and you can get wild card. I'm not saying they're not gonna get nothing crazy, but wild card, that's still playoffs.
But since we're on the Rams, we could talk about the Rams and Eagles game. Is that kind of locked and loaded that what we're going to see now is going to be what we saw last year in the NFC Championship game? Is it going to be another Eagles and 49ers?
The Eagles haven't impressed me this year.
Or will the Detroit Lions be that dark horse?
I don't think. No.
I feel like the Eagles aren't going 100 miles an hour though. Like I feel like I'm not saying they haven't struggled at certain points of games, but I feel like they're kind of just getting through the season until, like, again, they haven't played a really good team yet either. But I feel like they're not taking the opponents they played to this point super seriously, which is why all these games have been closer than they should have been.
Yeah, they're coasting right now. I agree with Hugh right there. But the fact that they're coasting and they're still undefeated, that could be kind of scary if they do hit their stride. You know, you got to also consider that.
Do you think it coasting because they're still getting acquainted to their new offensive coordinator?
Yeah, I mean, you could chalk it up to coaching, but I mean, it could be a number of things. You know, coaching. It's always easiest to point the finger at the coaching for it, but you know, I mean, if you ask me, Jalen Hurts, got a lot of hype last year. Everybody thought that he was going to be the next big thing. I'm not super impressed with Jalen Hurts. I'm not saying he's the fat quarterback, but I don't think that he's that good that everybody made him out to be last year.
He is coming off did he have surgery this offseason also? On his shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
That I do not know.
No, I thought Jalen Hurts had shoulder surgery.
I mean, here's my thing. If they are waiting to get in stride, you don't want to wait. You need to send a message from now.
Well, they got Goddard finally. Goddard wasn't even touching the ball for the first 4 games.
Right.
All right. They're not coasting. They're struggling. If they would have played any team worth the lick, they would have lost a couple of those games. They are incredible. Their front 4 is incredible. Everything behind their front 4 on defense is terrible. It's really bad. That pass rush is saving their lives. Dallas Goedert did not have a big game till week 5 is a sin. With the weapons that they have, I know they've fallen in love with Swift. But when Swift got stopped, they had to switch that over. So I believe it is because of the new coordinators. They're not coasting. They're barely winning. They're not coasting. They don't look in control. Everything comes down to the end. There's been a couple games whereas there's been yelling fits on the sidelines between coaches, players, and players. They're not coasting, yo. There's some confusion. They're not right. With that back seven is food.
Outside
Outside of Slay. Outside of Slay, yeah.
Caught myself. I believe Maddox is going to be coming back too. So they get better when they get Avonte Maddox back in the nickel. But y'all know about Brad. Y'all know about James Bradberry. He robbed y'all for a couple dollars.
Was that Gettleman's era?
Yep.
Free money. Who wants something?
Man,
But George, let me
I miss Gettleman, bro. I miss him, bro.
Let me back up your claim, George.
He's like, yo, we need linemen. I'd like to draft Evan Ingram in the first round. Like,
Yo, don't even say that dude's name, bro. Holy sh! Y'all get flashbacks from the drops.
oh man.
Let me back up your claim, George, regarding the Eagles. Are you saying they're not close and they're kind of struggling? How the games are closer than a lot of people think? They played the Patriots at New England. They won by 5.
After being spotted 16.
Facts. They played the Vikings at home. They only won by 6. They went to Tampa Bay, put a stomping on Tampa Bay, 25-11. They played the Commanders at home. They only won by 3.
We went for the 2 would have been done, idiot
Yes.
team.
And then they played the Rams and they won by 9. A win is a win.
Right.
For a dominant,
right.
but for a dominant team, they should be putting up these numbers
Right.
against these lesser teams in our eyes. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're playing the Jets.
That's my concern with them. The Jets got defense. They're gonna struggle. It ain't gonna be no walk in the park.
I mean, yeah, it will.
I'm telling you now.
I think that
I promise you that game's going to be 24-3.
No way.
Nope.
I wasn't
Brees
giving
is
that much.
Brees is
Here's the thing.
is
Here's the
rolling right now.
Yeah, but
Brees
here's
is
the
rolling
thing.
right now.
Here's the thing that you just said. Outside that front four, that front four is scary. You don't think that they're going to load the box and try to take away that run game? We've seen teams do that, and we've seen teams eliminate Brees. I'm a Jet fan, bro.
They can't load the box. They can't load the box against y'all because I don't care what you do. If you leave Garrett Wilson one-on-one, he is going to make Darius Slay get an AARP card immediately. He is going to
throw the ball.
fake him.
Zach gotta throw the ball.
They're going to force him to throw the ball. So if we get the Zach Wilson that came out against Kansas City, maybe there's a chance. But if you get the Zach Wilson any other game of this season, it's going to be a sad day, and I'm going to have my violin and my box of tissues ready.
Zach Wilson is a Taylor Swift fan, so she was in the house.
Oh no,
that's a whole nother topic. I love to
you
discuss.
belong to me. Not you belong to me.
No.
Oh no.
What game we got next on the line, Chris?
What other games from last week you want to talk about?
We can just go
we can
go a quick rundown, like a quick
rundown. Washington Commanders, Redskins, Deadskins, whatever you want to call them. We are garbage. We need a new coach immediately. We probably need a new defensive coordinator immediately. Ron has never been that guy. I don't care.
You got your new head coach sitting right beside Ron. He's calling offensive plays.
Let him coach. Ron is horrible. I never liked us signing him originally.
Hey, I heard Adam Gase is looking for a job.
The only coach worse than our coach right now in the NFL is in Los Angeles.
Las Vegas.
Staley?
Who you think's worse?
McCarthy?
McDaniel.
You could take Ron if you want.
Yeah, McDaniel.
Josh McDaniels, by far.
Sean Payton.
Oh, that's amazing.
I bet you they would know. I bet you they would know if their team was going to be eliminated from the playoffs or not.
I think Sean Payton knows already.
At least he has an idea. My coach didn't even know. His daughter walked up to him and was like, "Hey, Dad, you guys are eliminated." He was like, "Huh?" Like he was in shock. Like, no, give me somebody who knows what's going on. You saw our owner laughing while we're getting blown out by a team that hasn't won the game.
Magic wasn't laughing. Magic was talking.
Magic wasn't laughing. Magic ripped us a new hole after the game. Our owner was sitting there chilling, laughing.
This team cost me like $4 billion. And they up here throwing an eggshell. You crazy?
That's because the owner had DJ Moore in his fantasy team. That's why he was laughing.
Man,
Bro, like,
Another-
I'm sitting here like,
Another one of us had DJ Moore in his fantasy team.
I
also
did.
put on the bench.
I had him on my
Chilling.
lineup.
chilling on the bench. Chilling.
Well, we're talking about that, but Chicago actually showed that if they throw the ball, what could happen? They have these receivers that could actually catch the ball if they throw it. So I don't know what the offensive coordinator was thinking in this game, saying, hey, you know what? Let's release him. Let's see what he could do. Let's release that arm of his. Because we know he can
and
throw
we're
the ball.
supposed to have a good pass rush. And where were they?
Y'all need to trade Chase Young before y'all lose him for nothing.
Justin Fields, 282, 4 touchdowns. Career day in touchdown thrown.
Mhm.
I'm so happy for him. I am so glad that he's actually playing some good ball. Because he can play. He's a not a great or he's a good quarterback. He just needs to have the players around him to get him where he needs to get to. He could be a franchise quarterback in probably 2 years.
What's Ohio State? I mean, you know,
I'm sorry, what happened? My bad. What happened? I missed it.
I said he went to Ohio State. We'll see.
He's an Ohio State quarterback that never panned out.
Okay. I understand. But he shows his brilliance. Last year, he had almost 1,500 yards on the wood. Almost 1,000 yards on the ground last year?
Yeah, and then these new coaches came in and didn't call one running play for him. They're geniuses.
Told him to stay in the pocket.
He's like, hey, man, you're really good at this. Let's stop it. Like, what?
We need you to stop being Lamar Jackson. We need you to be Tom Brady. Throw from the pocket.
Great strategy.
Any other games that stuck out? Can we talk about the white deck real quick? Josh Allen?
Yo,
That was Daniel Jones. I thought that was Daniel Jones. My bad.
No, I said Daniel Jones is all to himself.
But George, they scored 20 points. They had 359 yards in the air.
He was the MVP last week. They went to London.
He was at 400 yards. And
They told me Josh Allen was the MVP. Look at him. Forget the game against the Jets. Forget it. It's Josh Allen. Man.
Divisional opponents will always play each other hard. It doesn't matter if the one team is 0-12. They're always going to play each other hard. They see each other twice a year.
Explain the Jaguars and Stephon Diggs throwing another hissy fit. I'm about sick of him.
Facts.
He's a diva.
He had 11 targets.
Huh?
And he was crying, bro. He was crying. He was on the bench crying, bro.
He took the what do you call the little thingy? He took it, the blue thingy. Do it.
He's the modern day Terrell Owens.
Wow.
Don't you dare mention Terrell Owens. Don't you dare mention Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens is a legend. Terrell Owens is probably one of the top 3 greatest wide receivers of all time. Do not compare Diggs to him.
I'm talking about attitude-wise.
I'm teasing Andrew.
Actually, there's only one game I'm gonna talk about, and then we can move on. Or I'm gonna say game. I want to talk about a player. My man from the Falcons. I have to give props. He did his thing. Desmond Ridder.
Ridder.
He looked decent. I know it's against Houston because I know that's gonna be like with the Texans, but he still had 329, a couple touchdowns.
We're talking about Desmond Ridder. What about CJ Stroud?
Yeah, CJ Stroud is balling.
CJ Stroud's the real deal.
They had to come back and win that game. That was it. Shoot, Fu Manchu had to kick the field goal to win that game.
Yeah,
Fu Manchu. You said Fu Manchu.
Young boy.
What's his kicker's name? What's it?
Young boy.
Yeah.
I want to be ninja. That's bad.
No.
That's bad.
Hey, you remember last year?
That's bad. Sorry, Hugh.
On our previous show, when DeMarco Ryans got hired, and you were like, I don't like this pickup because they're gonna fire him in 2 years. You know what I mean? But he's building from within. They had a decent draft. You take a quarterback, you take the best defensive player that accordingly was available, and then you take the quarterback and you build around them. Their young receivers that they've been taking over these years are finally saying, hey, we can catch the ball. We can run these routes. We have a quarterback that's going to get us the ball to our hands. Now we can actually shine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, him being a defensive specialist, DeMarco Ryans, he's going to build that defense. Just give it some time. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, CJ Stroud is doing his thing, but again, Ohio State. Yeah. So I'm gonna reserve my You
I
know,
I know.
he's all right. He's all right now. But he's throwing to my man from Michigan, Nico. My man.
Nico Collins.
Nico
Thank you.
Collins.
Jesus, thank you. My man from
Right.
Michigan
Receiver.
doing
Yeah.
his thing. Love seeing that. But other than that, CJ Stroud, he's all right. He's doing his thing.
What you say, George?
I guess my outside of DJ Moore, the back up my talk award is Jamar Chase for me.
Mhm.
That
I'm
man
always
told
open.
everybody, he's like, I'm always open.
Always open. Always
You know
open.
what I'm saying? All right. Man, was he?
He took
Crazy.
advantage of Higgins being out, getting all those targets.
And Burrow, that calf is coming in the he's now in retrospect, he should have listened to Jamar.
I
Jamar-
said this.
Week 4?
Jamar told him, come back week. He told him, was it week 4 or week 5?
Week 5.
He
He said, come back
he's
week 5.
like, he said,
Week
we
5,
got
he told him to
this.
sit out 4 games. Yeah.
He's like, he
Mhm.
said, we got this. Come back week 5. And he didn't, and he was struggling. Thank God he didn't make it worse. But
Yeah.
the Bengals,
Speaking-
their division is so crazy. They could go 0-3 and still come back and make the playoffs. So
Pause.
Division is so tight. Like everyone was saying how bad the Steelers are going to be. The Steelers are winning games. Like
mhm. That defense, man.
Hey,
TJ Watt is
Jess,
a
I never
monster.
said that, Jess.
TJ Watt is a monster, B. Like,
Yeah.
cats keep talking about Michael Parsons and Bosa, like they're all doing their thing. Yo, TJ Watt is a terrorist. Yo, like I've never seen nothing like it. Like he's on some Wolverine type shit. Like nothing stays in front of him. Like he just be ripping through offensive lines. Like I'm like, bro, take a step off, man. Like you're doing too much. But thank God for him, because otherwise they would not have a win at all.
Mm-hmm.
And my other 2 guys, when we talk about defense people, I feel like they don't get talked about as much. One, his team sucks. The Raiders absolutely suck, so no one talks about it. Max Crosby.
Max Crosby.
Yo, this guy is
Yeah.
That dude's
him on
a
the
He
defensive
was-
line, and
He
that's
was
it.
unblockable last night.
Facts.
Imagine Chandler Jones was there to help him.
And that's what I was gonna say. And he's a 4th round pick. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Who Max Crosby?
Crosby.
Oh,
Yeah, 4th round pick. And then, of course, and I told you this, when he was playing for y'all 2 years ago, that dude, Aiden Hutchinson, is that guy.
He's a beast.
Yo, that dude is 6'7". Yo, he's insane.
His
Yo,
athletic
like, I watch these
ability is
dudes.
Crazy.
yeah,
And
that guy.
he's
Yeah,
real agile.
he's crazy. Yeah, he's real good.
And he has a
But
type
see,
of
this
coach
is-
to back him up. Dan Campbell to hype him up. Get
But
him ready
that's
to
why
go.
I'm mad at the Lions, though. You
What?
used your 1st round pick on Jahmyr Gibbs when you could have fortified that defense
And get another.
just a little bit more.
Enough
Thank
said.
you.
Enough said. Enough
Like,
said.
you
Enough
used
said.
your 1st round pick on Jahmyr Gibbs. You could have just signed Montgomery and do what you're doing with Gibbs with Swift.
Facts.
True.
But wait,
Man.
who should they have taken? Who did they pass on?
They passed on the dude that the Eagles took.
Carter, Jalen Carter. That's what I thought.
Jalen
you
Carter.
All right.
That would have been. Oh my gosh. Him and
Man.
Hutchinson, with that type of.
Him and Hutchinson on the same line. Jeez.
Isn't Glenn from the Jets their defensive coordinator and Deuce
Yeah.
offensive coordinator?
Yeah,
Aaron
yeah.
Glenn.
Yeah, Aaron Glenn just there. Yeah.
No, Deuce isn't there anymore. He left. I forgot where he went.
Where is he?
He was in Hard Knocks.
That was
Hold
last
on,
year.
let me see.
Remember, the Jets were on Hard Knocks this past year.
So who's their coach? Who's offensive coordinator now?
Deuce. There we go.
I forget. I know. I think they had Mark Brunell as their quarterback coach too.
Deuce Staley's coaching in Carolina now.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Running
I
back
know-
Mark Brunell. Once was a Jaguar, once was a Commanders.
He's the greatest Jaguar quarterback of all time.
Can't argue that.
No, that's
It was him and,
fact.
him and Tony Boselli. Remember? Way back, right?
Offensive lineman. Right.
Offensive lineman,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
And who's a running back? Was it Nate Who was
Fred
it? Nate
Taylor.
Fred Taylor.
Taylor.
Taylor. Fred
Yep.
Taylor. Fred Taylor.
No love for David
Nasty.
Garrard.
Who?
No,
So no love for David Garrard.
no.
Yeah, okay.
Wait,
If you
what
could,
about Maurice, what
if
about
you-
Maurice Jones-Drew?
That was another running back. Yeah, little dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, after.
bowling ball. David Gerard looked like he sold insurance after he left the games. Like, oh, could have won that one. I got a policy for you.
I have a game I wanna
Term.
bring up.
What's
up?
that game?
We shouldn't bring it up, but it's something I think we need to talk about. The Saints and the Patriots. Is it time for Belichick to go? Did they wring that towel dry? Is it time for Belichick to say, Mr. Kraft, knock him on the shoulder and say, guess what? Here's that pink slip, sir.
The towel left when Brady left.
I'm sorry, you would
Don't have a towel.
No, it's time for him to stop picking the players. Like,
GM,
I don't
no
know.
GM role. No GM
Listen,
role.
I don't know anything about football compared. Like, I know nothing, but I know that the players that he picks are doo-doo, and it's impossible for you to miss that much. Like, you have to be doing it on purpose. It's like you're trying to burn the franchise to the ground to be like, yo, I built this shit. Now I'm burning it. I'm out. Like, yo, like, it's not that deep. Like, yo, just let somebody else pick the players. You coach. You could probably win another Super Bowl or two, but it's impossible. Like, DeAndre Hopkins walked in the building like with no job and then walked out the building with no job. And meanwhile, Mac Jones is throwing to me and you.
Facts.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
facts, bro. That man said, DeAndre, we don't need you.
Yeah, we're all set.
Juju, we got Juju Smith-Schuster. I think we're fine.
And we got Bourne. Bourne.
Yo, you can't. That's
Devontae Parker.
Hold up. Yo, you know what's
we're
messed
okay
up?
over here.
Yo, you know what's messed up? If Mac Jones is like, yo, you let DeAndre, like, yo, I'm going on strike. You're bugging. Like, if Mac Jones got an attitude, people will be like, yo, he's tripping. He's tripping? Nah, you gave me 2/3 of the Three Stooges as our offensive coordinators last year, and was like, figure it out. And now this year, like you giving me crash test dummies to throw to, and it's like, yo, I suck now. Word, I got you.
That man was like, yo, you want Zeke? We got Zeke for you.
Word, like any other leftovers we can get for you? You got a hamburger? You done eating?
What do you think about the situation moving forward? Do you think that after this season, Belichick is out, and then as a GM, and then they'll probably say, hey, Caleb Williams, let's make that move for Caleb? Or is Caleb dad going to say, no, my son's going to stay another year in college because he doesn't want to play?
Nah, I think if Belichick, if it was me personally, if Belichick doesn't give up player selection, he has to go. Like, we can write the letter up that you resign and also like spend time with your family, all that. But you can't come back and bring in trash men from Dorchester to come play offensive line and shit and act like I'm supposed to pay them money to go out there and do that. That's wild to me.
He said garbage men from Dorchester.
So what you're saying that just like emphasizes the greatness of Tom Brady. Because they were giving Brady like ordinary players that he made them look great.
You know what? I'll say this. Tom Brady made sure that the offense was always functional. Because this is the thing I don't understand, right? All these coaches, all these genius minds put Tom Brady in position, right, to win all these Super Bowls. Then these minds went other places and couldn't communicate the game to nobody. Nobody. They're all garbage. Everywhere else they go, they're garbage. Bill O'Brien went to Houston and burnt that to the ground. They had J.J. Watt, Hopkins, and Deshaun Watson all in their prime. He burnt it to the ground just because he could. All these dudes in New England are garbage. So like Belichick held down the defense, and that's it. It's a two-man job, clearly, because everybody else is trash. Charlie Weiss went to Notre Dame, garbage. Romeo Crennel went someplace else, trash. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a two-man operation. Brady ran the offense, and Belichick ran the defense, and together they were able to lose 2 Super Bowls to the Giants.
Of course.
That's all I'm saying.
Because if you remember,
call it a good run.
Oh, it's got a bug. If you remember, Edelman came from the Colts and Wes Welker came from Miami, and they're undersized receivers, right? If you say, okay, any other quarterback, we're going to take these slot receivers, these little slot scat back receivers, whatever, and put them in this place. Can they be as great without Tom Brady? Tom Brady made these guys good, made them great players, made them household names.
Well, here's another fun fact, right? What was Wes Walker's? Didn't Wes Walker have over 100-something receptions with Tom Brady?
I would say yes.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Did he not play with Peyton right after that?
I was about to say that, yeah. And had another.
And not get the same number. I don't think he had the same numbers.
But the year he went to the Super Bowl, I think he had a pretty good season.
I think he had 3 years. I think he had 3 years with like
Are you talking about the year that Cam
receptions,
gave?
Yeah, because he was
Are we talking
always
about the
one
year
of
that
those guys
Cam
who
gave
fantasy
Peyton the ring?
football always getting receptions. Yeah,
That year, okay.
that's even
Hey, by the way,
when he dropped the ball.
that Carolina team, a Gettleman special. He built that. He built that loser.
Cam
I miss that.
And then
I
burned
miss
it to
that
the
man
ground
so
the very
much.
next year.
I miss
Cam
him.
was working for FEMA.
And I never liked Tom Brady when he was with the Patriots, but I respect the hell out of him. Because I remember when he has those hissy fits on the sideline when he gets sacked, he grabs the offensive lineman's helmets, he's getting in their face. They would run through walls for him, but they don't have that. So now, Chris, remember we were just saying who was the cure? Was it Brady or was it Belichick? Remember the conversation we was having? Who was the cure?
Yeah.
And I would always say it's Belichick.
I don't know.
Belichick
like
needed
you-
Brady. Brady didn't need Belichick.
No, Brady needed Belichick for them first Super Bowls.
He had to groom him. Belichick had to groom him. Yes.
Right, like
The
them
defense.
first ones. Remember, like
They were-
I said this previously, and I got some heat from my Patriots fans. I was like, y'all got to remember when those early Super Bowls were won.
3 field goals.
Tom Brady was on the sideline when the
Field goals.
Tom
Field
Brady-
goals. Field goals.
Tom Brady was on the sideline when the early Super Bowls was
Wait,
won.
hold up.
Like,
Tom
Adam
Brady used the
Vinatieri.
tuck rule too to win one of those Super Bowls.
Yeah. That's
And then-
Fact or
and then-
fact?
did you see Marshawn Lynch's interview with Shannon Sharp explaining what went on
No, I didn't see that.
in that situation?
About Russell
at
and all
the end
that.
of the game.
Yes.
Mhm.
He's like,
me see that.
imagine being on the 1 yard line in the Super Bowl. They call a passing play, and 10 out of not 10, 9 out of the 11 guys are just like, what just happened? He said they left the huddle confused. Like,
What they call?
He-
Like, what was the
did he
play?
really just call a pass play? And then Marshawn says, I go out in the flat and I hear cheering. I'm thinking we won, but then it's Patriots people. He said he walked off the field and laughed at Pete Carroll's face.
He laughed in his face. Yeah, I saw that interview.
If I
So,
could,
and this is no disrespect to Brady. Brady's the GOAT. Well, actually, I still think Joe Montana's the GOAT. But Brady is the. I still got Joe. I'm sorry. I
respect it.
after what Brady did with him at the Tampa Bay his first year.
We were old enough to watch Jordan dominate and to say to this day that Jordan is the greatest player ever. We're old enough to remember the most boring Super Bowls we could ever watch in our lives because the games were over by halftime. Joe Montana was playing 7-on-7 in the Super Bowl.
Actually,
Killing.
when they beat the Chargers that year, it was
Steve Young.
Steve Young, and it was over quick.
That was the quickest
Man.
touchdown in Super
That
Bowl
was
history,
quick.
wasn't it?
I
He
think
let that
so.
joint go to Jerry.
But again, soon as Montana got hurt, Steve Young just fit in seamlessly.
Seamlessly, yo.
You know what I mean? It's him and
Seamlessly.
Jerry Rice connect, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? So Joe was the man, but like I said, after Joe left, Steve Young fit in. After Brady left, the place caught on fire. Like he says, burning down.
But hold on.
Yeah.
Just to not. I know we were speaking about all the short receivers that he had. We also have to remember that he got to throw touchdowns to Randy Moss. Let's not act like that didn't happen.
I didn't want to
That
bring
was-
that up because
that was
they
some
didn't win a Super
7-on-7.
Bowl. They didn't win a Super Bowl on our watch.
He lost that year.
They
So
didn't have
You couldn't let that
I didn't
happen.
bring that up because they didn't have a Super
You
Bowl
couldn't
on
let that
our watch.
happen. You still let that happen. Y'all too close. An undefeated season.
Bill
2 hours
Belichick-
north? Nah, we can't have it.
I guess what, you know what, you're right. We could get mad at Bill Belichick because Bill Belichick said, Asante Samuel, go cover Plaxico Burress in the end zone and make sure all 6'5" of them doesn't jump over you against the touchdown.
You know what
Yo.
happened though? It was they called a cover 2 because the Giants lined up with 2 wide receivers. Then they called the play and he ran out. They go to 3 on and they didn't call the timeout. That's how we ended up being 1-on-1 with the guy.
Yo,
But guess
ate
what?
off the top of his head, bro.
Phew. After the game, Roman Coughlin gave Belichick the salute. Got him. Remember he gave him that salute, he said. That's what after the game he said. Got him.
Yo, let me tell you something. Yo, I will never, I can't ever be a Plaxico Burress fan. I can't. Like,
he's the reason why we didn't go back to back. Say it.
bro. What? Let me tell you something. Y'all know me, right?
Those are some dark times.
I'm a pretty disrespectful person, right? Yo, I seen this dude on a cruise, and I had a Michigan hat on, and he like came up and said something to me. I was like, yo, I'm a Giant fan. I need you to move. We're not about to go back and forth about nothing right now. Like, damn this college hat. Like, when the money was on the line, you can't abide yourself. We can't have a serious conversation. You don't make enough money.
He was at
So
State.
you got it
He went to State. Plexico went to State. Then he got drafted by the Steelers.
You're brave, man.
Nah,
I met Brandon Jacobs once.
That's different.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Jacobs was a big dude. Jacobs was a big dude.
The dude that was introducing me to him.
Jacobs is a big.
So like the dude that introduced, Chris knows him. He
Yep.
He's at our church.
I was supposed to go that night. Yeah.
He used to detail cars. He used to detail cars for the entire Giants roster.
Money.
So he's like, yo,
Money.
I'm going to Jersey to go check what's name. He's like, bro, you can't Cowboys this up, bro. I was just like, man, you know who I am? Where my Cowboys hat? It's somewhere around. I was like, man, this is Dallas Cowboys for DC4L. They DC4L. You open that door,
you put it back.
man. I was like, man,
Hey, Mr. Jacobs.
hey, Shockey killing him, huh? You know who my favorite guy is? David Deal. I started. I'm 6 feet tall, bro.
Man, he's huge.
Man, Eli is clutch.
Best quarterback of all time.
Man,
It's been elite without Eli.
I don't know if y'all know the Bible or anything, but I definitely. I was Peter that night. Like, it was you. Like, nope, I don't know Jesus. Nope, I don't know. No, I have no idea who Jesus is. Man, you brave, bro. Like, man.
No, listen, I was cool. No, listen, I didn't go up to him. He came up to me because
he came up to you. Yeah.
I was like, don't come over here. I'm loose with it. Like, and we all on vacation too. We was on a cruise. I was like, it can't get too bad, so don't come over here with it. So, yeah. Nah, man.
He's gonna throw you in the galley if you mess with me too tough. Get out of here.
Exactly. Like, I don't need that.
Those are the good years.
Oh man.
Those are the good years. Oh man, those are.
All right. Before we jump into previews, I think the 31st, don't quote me, I might be wrong. The 31st is supposed to be the trade deadline. What moves do you think will happen?
Andrew, you guys are getting Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry, I said that loud. My bad.
I don't think so. I don't see the point in them getting Kirk Cousins right now. For what? What is that? What message is that sent to the franchise that you're just going to hand it over to CJ Beathard? Or I'm sorry, Nick Mullins. That's their backup there. I don't see it. And honestly, if Rodgers is talking this game like he's coming back by like week 13, week 14,
he's not coming back, bro.
That's a pipe dream. I know. You got to let me finish. I know it's a pipe dream. I'm not holding on to that belief. I'm not that guy. But you know, he's claiming he's coming back next year. You're gonna rent Kirk Cousins. I don't know. You're gonna have to absorb a good portion of that contract because the Vikings aren't gonna trade him for nothing. They're not gonna give you a bag. You're not gonna get a bag of chips for him. So yeah, I think Cousins stays. I do.
I mean, well,
the Vikings are getting Caleb Williams next year. I don't know why everybody mentioned all these other teams. They're not going to win any games.
He was on that list. He was on a list from his dad. Vikings on the list from his dad.
I think Minnesota was on that list.
If he's a quarterback, hold on. If he's a quarterback and he says he doesn't want to play Justin Jefferson, he doesn't belong in the NFL.
Facts.
Andrew, you're the only one that
want to play in Minnesota.
Huh?
If he just doesn't want to play in Minnesota. Justin is cool, but I don't want to play in Minnesota.
So what's his list consist of again?
I don't know.
It was the Giants. It was the Giants. It was the Patriots. But
who's he passing to in New York? Darren Waller?
It's a big money market. You make money.
Jalen Hyatt.
But
yes, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, as George is looking it up, Andrew, you're the only one that has a son that's actually growing to potentially be a quarterback where you guys can sit down and say, guess what? You're going to be the top quarterback in college, my son. These are the teams you're going to play for. What a privilege, right?
I got it. The NFL teams are the Cowboys, the Raiders, Vikings, Giants, and 49ers.
The Patriots not up
Oh
there?
my God.
So the Giants is a no-no. The
He said
Cowboys
the-
are no-no.
He said the 49ers?
Yeah.
Wait, why are the Giants no?
Not the Giants. The Cowboys and the Niners are no-nos.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't even know why he's down with the Niners up there. What?
I'm thinking about the records. So there's no way they're getting him, right? What was the other team? So Vikings are a possibility.
And
The
the,
Right.
Giants are a possibility. What was the other team?
the Vikings, Giants,
Cowboys,
Patriots.
Raiders, Vikings,
Raiders.
Giants, and Niners.
Raiders.
Raiders might be a
I
possibility.
can see the
So those-
Raiders being a possibility.
But those are big. But those are except for the Vikings. Those are big market teams. Those are
Mhm.
big market money teams. As a number one quarterback going to these places, you're going to make money even off the field.
But who's
Right.
he gonna throw to? So you think Devontae Adams is gonna be there for him to throw to next year?
No, because I think that
No.
we're on the trades. I don't think he'll be
I
there
think
this year.
he's traded. I do.
Where?
Wait, by the trade deadline or after?
I
the
think
season?
possibly trade deadline.
But where? George, I'm interested. George, where do you think he would get traded to if he was going to get traded, Devontae Adams?
Devontae, I have no idea.
I don't know where. But we've seen these stranger things happen.
The Browns?
You think he would go to Baltimore?
Like,
I would say Baltimore would make the most sense. They're
Yeah,
desperate
that's
for a
what I
wide
would say.
receiver.
What about the Browns?
No, they already have Amari.
They
I
have
mean, that's
Amari.
what they
You have him right
They
beside
could use
Amari.
another one, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
you have him right beside Amari.
Yeah. But
Let's be honest. Did
people
any
don't
of us
like
think that
Tulo.
D-Hop was going to the Cardinals originally? Did
He
any
got
of us
traded
think
there,
that
though.
D-Hop was originally going to the Cardinals?
Plus, the thing,
No.
He was traded there though, right? He didn't just sign with them.
but
But
Right,
that's
he
what I'm
was
saying. Of
traded.
the trade. So why do these trades anything? We didn't think AJ Brown was going to Philly.
that was a
Yeah.
draft day trade, you're right. And then they took Taylor Burks like with
We didn't think DJ.
But
we didn't think.
but no, the AJ Brown thing was just the Titans saying that we don't want to pay you because you're talented. That's like the dumbest reason to shift power in a league. We don't want to pay you. We know that
Especially a
you're
wide
good.
receiver.
Facts.
We know that you're good. But like we talked about last week. Find me a receiver that was a top tier receiver that stayed with their team their entire career.
Larry
It's
Fitzgerald.
a rarity.
Calvin Johnson.
Bing!
Larry
Larry
Fitzgerald. Yeah. sorry.
Larry Fitzgerald and Calvin Johnson were the two names we came up with.
Okay,
Heinz Ward.
2.
They
I
said
said
Heinz
top
Ward and
tier.
Calvin.
It's a top
I
tier.
said top tier. Like, come on, man.
The top tier blocking wide receiver of all time.
Right.
Heinz
Oh
was-
yeah.
Wait,
If I need
how
to get a
far- how
first
far are we
down,
going back? How far are we going back? And I don't even know if I'm gonna be right with this name.
you gotta give me you gotta give me larger.
Oh God, no! But
Michael
in that
Irvin.
era, I was
Mike
gonna say
Irvin.
Art Monk. I was gonna say Art Monk, but I
Art
don't know if
Monk,
he played for
Michael
anybody.
Our Monk was a Jet.
Oh yes, he did
He
go
went to the Jets.
You're right. He did
Okay,
go to Jets. Michael Irvin, your guy, Michael Irvin.
No, Michael Irvin got killed in Philly. They broke his neck. Remember?
He had over 10 seasons, right?
Oh,
That don't count. That wasn't a voluntary
Wow.
retirement, my friend. I believe they refer to that as a DDT. And that's how they refer to
You
that.
said Jake the Snake got him?
Man, you know how they tap them on their back. See, you watch a lot of wrestling, you learn stuff. When they tap them on their back before they do it, that's the warning. It's about to go down. So that's what happened. They caught him. Career's
The
over.
crazy thing is that usually when someone gets hurt, you know, the crowd, when they pick you up, they start to clap, cheer. They boo
No, they
Michael
was-
Irvin. They put him on there. Boo, boo, boo.
Hey, you gotta add Marvin Harrison to that list, George.
Oh, yes. Marvin Harrison.
Ooh.
Good call.
Good one.
Oh, Andrew.
What about
Hall of Fame, Marvin.
what about
Harrison.
dude from the Rams?
Steve Largent?
Isaac Bruce. Did he play for anybody else?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Isaac Bruce?
Okay.
He
Hold
went to
on,
Carolina.
I think
He
he
went to
I'll
did
check
play
it.
Carolina.
somebody.
He went to Carolina.
I'll
Isaac
ch-
went to Carolina, I think.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Carolina.
What
Corey
about?
Holt bounced too from them.
Yeah, we
Speaking of
did
trade.
this last week, y'all.
Oh, my
Wait,
bad.
speaking of trade, what about Devontae Adams to the Chiefs? And would that
have
would that
You
only
want to
would
give
that
him another
only not
Super
happen
Bowl?
because they're in the same division? Is that the only thing that would stop it from happening?
I think that's the only thing that stops it from happening.
You want to give him
They're gonna
another
get
Super
McCole
Bowl?
Hardman back.
What?
Huh?
In the
Give him another
division,
Super Bowl.
in the
No, I know.
division.
No, Listen,
Nah, dude, you're crazy. They're gonna get Mecole Hardman back from the Jets. The Jets are gonna trade him.
Dude, if Adams go to the Chiefs, that's another Super Bowl.
Man,
No, wait.
who do you
Hold on,
cover?
wait, no, here's the thing. First of all, Devontae Adams is so good. There's no telling what I might give up to get him, knowing that I'm going to be dominant for the next 4 years. So, like, I might overpay. Like, yo, you want 2 1s? Would you like 2 3s with that? Here, give me him, and I'm just going to run the position for the next 6 years. Because what are the odds of you getting somebody as good as him in the draft? Period. Unless you have a desperate need. Like, if you need something, that's one thing. But like, if you know that this thing's going to put you over the top, like your defense is good enough, right? And all you need is something else besides Kelce to get some pressure off you. The best quarterback probably most of us have ever seen.
Top
I'm
5
just
dead
gonna
or
take
alive.
that.
Top 5
Give
dead or
me
alive,
that.
you. Top 5 dead or alive.
Yeah, give me that for the next 5 years guaranteed, and you can have the
2
draft.
first-round picks. You give up 2 first-round picks.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be picking the 30s anyway. You're going to pick like 29, 30 anyway. Yeah.
Exactly. 100%. So I'll pay that price tag. To win,
Adams go to the Chiefs.
come on.
That's a
Nah.
I don't expect much activity at the trade deadline. You know, I don't. Maybe the Chiefs do get a receiver.
The Chiefs are gonna get Mecole Hardman back from the Jets, and they don't need any help. They already got the help from the refs. You see what all this nonsense is? It's 2 weeks in a row that the refs bailed them out.
Question: does Derrick Henry stay in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That contract is ridiculous. Like,
Plus the mileage on him, he stays. Nobody wants that.
I know some people got him on a trading block though.
But here's the thing, like, you know what's crazy? Like, we're talking about the best player on the team, right? Making too much money specifically because of the position that he plays. But the quarterback is garbage. There's nowhere else for the offense to turn. But the first thing people talk about is like, yo, he makes so much money, nobody wants him. Yo, the team is ass. If the rest of the players were good, they'd be like, yo, he's probably actually really still good. But like, he's the only thing that draws heartbeat up there. And they're like, you know what? We don't need that. Oh, okay, cool.
they don't know what they're doing in Tennessee, bro. They acquire Ryan Tannehill. Then they say, okay, in the 3rd round of the draft, we're going to take a quarterback that can barely throw. And then the next year, the 3rd round again, guys, what do? Let's get another quarterback. I think that's what we should do. And they got another quarterback. So, I mean, they don't know what they're doing in Tennessee. They were talking about moving Derrick Henry in the offseason.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
But who's beating down their door for Derrick Henry right now at what he's getting paid? Like, I don't know. I don't see it happening.
I think there's a higher chance that Ryan Tannehill gets moved from Tennessee than Derrick Henry. I think that if their season if they lose the next 2 weeks, what are they playing for? You have 2 young quarterbacks. I mean, give Levis a chance. If you can get something for Tannehill for a quarterback needy team, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Move on.
I will say this: if because I didn't say anything about the Cousins thing, if Jefferson stay on the IR,
I want to bring that up. He's out for 4 weeks, at least. At least 4 weeks.
They're gonna you're gonna find out if he's really hurt or not. Like, I can see Cousins getting moved, and Andrew, I think it's gonna be out. I
I just don't see it. I don't. I really
High
think
five,
they're
George.
gonna do it.
No, top off the
I know it makes sense to a degree, but I just don't see it.
I think y'all gonna do it.
Going back to
Because
Jefferson,
your defense is too good to just be like, we're gonna punt on the entire season. If this happened, if this Achilles injury happened in like week 7, 8, then I get it. But like, that junk happened in 2 plays. You can't just say like we're punting on the entire season.
You know how much he's getting paid right now? Let me ask you that. Look up his contract. Do you think that the Vikings are going to move him and expect to pay him a dime? F no. You got to be kidding me. If I'm the Jets and you're expecting Rodgers to come back, you're going to pay that clown to come and play for 4 games?
You hold the
and then not make the playoffs still? Hell
Andrew,
no.
They will spend $10 million to save 20, bro.
Woody
They
Johnson
will do it.
Woody Johnson would spell it. But guess what? For the Vikings, the next 4 games while he's out, they got the Bears, they got the
Lost.
49ers,
Oh God.
Lost.
they got the Packers.
Nobody's gonna talk about the 49ers. Y'all gonna talk about Cowboys schedule all day. And y'all just gonna tell me that Brock Purdy is the next Joe Montana. I want to punch. I wanted to punch. What's that y'all old coach, Rex Ryan? I wanted to punch him in his throat.
And then the last game before he comes back is against the Falcons. But guess what? It's at the Bears,
Heavenly Father.
the Bears, home against the 49ers, at Green Bay, and at Atlanta. So is that 0-4 or possibly
0-4, bro. Owen Hart, 0-4, Owen Sawells. Oh, that reminds me. I got to change my name in the league. Shoot, let me do that right now. Yeah,
well, if that's the case, that means they're going to be. That means that after that, before Jefferson come back, they're going to be 1-8. Season is finito.
Caleb Williams.
So they
You
have
hear what
to
I'm
make
telling
that
you?
move. They would have.
You hear
to
what I'm telling you?
Because Kirk Cousins is unrestricted.
I done said it. Caleb Williams.
So you move him to get something, even if you get a 5th round for him, Andrew.
I don't know. It just depends because, like I said, if I'm the Jets, I want to keep my cap situation at a point where it's going to leave open the door to add some more talent next year. They need to shore up that offensive line.
It's only 1 year. It's only 1 year.
Remember, Kirk Cousins is a free agent, right?
Hear me out.
Yeah,
Hear me out.
Kirk was last year.
Kirk Cousins is not a mobile quarterback, and the Jets have offensive line issues with the rest. They're up there with the teams with the worst lines. They just lost Elijah Vera Tucker for the year.
Yeah. So
Now you're gonna bring in somebody who is a pocket passer. At least I'd rather ride it out with Zach Wilson. At least he's mobile enough to where he can extend plays. Kirk is not that guy, and they do not have a line that's conducive for a pocket quarterback. They don't. They don't. That's a sad fact.
Andrew just said, if Zach Wilson dies, then he died.
You know what?
That's pretty much what he said.
That's how we feel about all our New York City quarterbacks right now.
And you know what? I'm pretty sure Cousins has a no trade clause. So he'd have to waive that to go to the Jets. And you think he already fleeced the Jets to get that contract with the Minnesota Vikings. So if I'm the Jets, you know what, I'm doing this right to Kirk Cousins. Has anybody got the little blur thing? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Or better yet, I'll blow him up a balloon.
The first of the hurdles in Cousins' contract, the 35-year-old quarterback has a no trade clause.
Yeah.
Meaning any potential deal will require his sign-off.
If the Jets are 3rd place in that division on the outside looking in, you think he's going to want to go to a team that he's got an upward to get them to the playoffs? Heck no. He'll go to a situation where they're right there.
But where else would he go?
But I mean, right now he's last place.
He's not going anywhere. He stays in Minnesota he plays out the rest of the year with the Vikings.
And then he goes.
I mean, I would take 3rd place over last place.
Wait, a sleeper team? Like if again, I'm competitive to a point that it might cost me down the line. Like if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm picking up the phone. I'm like, yo, like what's good?
For Kirk Cousins, there you go.
Yeah, I like this Kenny Pickett thing is not working for me. So let's get a year out of you. See what you can do throughout the rest of the year, and then we'll figure the rest of the thing out. But like they're gonna finish mediocre anyway. They're not gonna get a high draft pick. They're not gonna get the dude from North Carolina. They're damn sure not getting Caleb Williams. So like you might as well get a middle of the road quarterback and get him to get the ball to your skill position players because you draft pretty well at the receiver, running back. Your guys are pretty good. Freiermuth is a good tight end, but like the Kenny Pickett thing has got like that ship has sailed. Like I thought he was.
What about sending Kirk to the Tennessee?
Who?
For what?
To Tennessee? I don't know.
No, don't. You already know they're not in the business of acquiring talent. They're in the business of letting it go.
What about
he'll be there for 1 year?
Back to Washington.
He'll be there for 1 year and then be back up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Right? He'll go there for 1 year and be gone.
I was gonna say what Hugh said made sense, and why I agree with Hugh is because if you think about it, he could get their number 1 wide receivers the ball. And the reason why I say that, if you look at Justin Jefferson's numbers, even though we can't compare Justin Jefferson to any wide. Actually, Pickens is good, but I'm saying
Yeah,
he's gonna get wide receivers the ball. Kirk
Mhm.
Cousins, even though their team sucks, look at his numbers.
Yeah.
I think he's probably 30 in the NFL in total yards. Passing yards.
And he puts up numbers on offense. Like so between Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Freiermuth, Najee Harris, and then Warren.
TJ Warren, that's his name or something.
TJ Warren.
What's his name? Might not be TJ. I know you're talking about the running back. I know you're talking about the back.
Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren.
Like they have good skill position players. There's no reason that they should be struggling like this on offense. So I'll say this: it's either the offensive coordinator or the quarterback. It can definitely be both, but I would start with the quarterback.
What the hell happened to Najee Harris? Oh my! What happened to dude?
Their offense is really. Vanilla's not even. It's mayonnaise. It's not even vanilla. Mayonnaise.
You know what? Deontay Johnson's on the shelf, and they're forcing Kenny Pickett to beat him with his arm. So they're stacking, they're taking away the run because they know no team is gonna give that kind of respect to Kenny Pickett. What? I mean, look what that was a great throw at the end of the game to Pickens to beat the Ravens. You got to give it to him there. But 9 out of 10 games that he plays, is anybody really sweating over Kenny Pickett when you devise a defensive game plan?
But the reality is they're number one right now as of today in the AFC North.
Yeah, because their defense is ridiculous. And they probably have the defensive player of the year on their team.
I don't know about ridiculous. Just pick them apart.
I can't give it to him. I can't give it to him. No.
Nah, he didn't. Nope. He said Miles. You said Miles last time.
I got Myles Garrett, man.
Oh, Myles Garrett? Okay, gotcha.
All right.
I got Myles Garrett for defensive player of the year.
Like you think it's not close?
Garrett.
Or you think it's
no,
not
it's close.
Oh, okay.
It's close, but I got Myles Garrett is.
No, he's doing that. He does his thing.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
If the season ended today, they would give it to Michael Parsons. And it'd be
No, they wouldn't.
No,
they wouldn't.
TJ would be number 2, and whoever be number 3.
That's a hype machine. There's no way.
No.
Micah doesn't deserve it. That's
they wouldn't
hype,
give it to
Micah.
Micah. They wouldn't give it to Micah for this year.
And let me look at Micah's stats compared to these two. Let me compare all 3 stats.
It would go to TJ, Tommy.
TJ right off the bat. I had TJ too.
Eight sacks. I'm thinking off of what you're looking at. You gotta look at like 8 sacks.
He has 8 sacks, a pick 6, I think. Like at least one strip sack fumble.
He got 2 forced fumbles.
If that's the numbers, that means it's definitely TJ. If that's the numbers.
Right now, yeah.
Miles
right
Garrett,
now, if
that means that
they go to.
I'm putting Myles Garrett right now. No, Myles Garrett ain't good. Nope. No, it got to be TJ. So I'll take it back. It got to be TJ.
Because even last year when they played the Bengals the first game of the season, he ran all through their offensive line, and people were like, the Bengals. I'm like, I don't see it because TJ Watt just destroyed them by himself, and he had like 3.5 sacks that game.
If we're going stats, it's got to be It's TJ Watt stats. Name wise, we could throw these other guys in, and if you're gonna go stats, honestly, Khalil Mack's right up there too.
How many sacks does Mack got?
Problem.
Huh?
Because
that's why you can't go stats because
that's
Khalil got his all in one game.
And one
but
game.
Like I feel like impact wise, like what Myles Garrett has been doing, they've been putting them all over the line of scrimmage. And he cannot be stopped.
I feel you on that. But I'm saying impact-wise, with smoke and mirrors, it has to be Michael Parsons impact-wise. If we're taking a player right now.
No.
You're taking out of 2 games pretty much.
Because the reason why it's not Michael, because even though, yes, impact, but they're not scheming him correctly. There's a reason why Max Crosby just stays in his position and gets what he gets. There's a reason why TJ Watt stays in his position and gets what he gets.
While they have Mike all over.
Dan Quinn thinks that Michael Parsons is 6'4", 350 pounds. Dan Quinn is putting Micah over the center. He's getting double teamed by guards and stuff like getting stepped on. If they play around too much, Michael Parsons is gonna get hurt. You can't do that. Remember, he's undersized. He became a pass rusher out of necessity because D-Law got hurt. He took his annual vacation like he does during the season. So
I agree. I agree with you guys totally.
So you can't, but leave him. But like, and they're not being smart. Like Nick Bosa was rushing off what side? He was on the right tackle side. I'm not gonna stick Nick Bosa on Tyron Smith. You already know what's gonna happen there.
Yeah.
What they do with Micah? Put him right in front of Trent Williams. Like that's bad coaching. Move him over. Let DeMarcus Lawrence fight. Look, DeMarcus gonna take his yearly vacation. Let it happen here.
You're 1,000% right. But me, impact-wise, I gotta take Michael Parsons impact-wise. Impact-wise, I gotta take Michael Parsons impact-wise. But what he could do on a defensive end, as you mentioned, George, they misuse him. But what he can do as a defensive player to disrupt the running game and the passing game with athleticism, I gotta take him. Like, but George hit the nail on the head. You could put him in so many different places to disrupt the offense.
You can't.
Okay.
You could, but I'd rather have him where he's effective.
It's not smart to do it.
Right. Like LeBron could play center. I don't want him there.
This is a football show, bro.
I'm sorry.
This is a football show.
I don't want him there.
Yesterday, the Knicks, we beat the Celtics. We played against the Celtics. Third team. We had it's a basketball. Sorry, it's a football show. I don't want to get into it. Yeah, man, you're right.
Don't get me started. Do not get me started. Oh my gosh. Because they're trying to tell me that the Boston Celtics are better than trading so much defense away.
Wala naman. 2 weeks, George. 2 weeks.
Okay.
Wala naman.
Okay. All right.
Hey, I can see Hughes a smile. Even a smile.
No, honestly.
Drew Holiday cannot guard Joel Embiid.
2 weeks.
He can't do it.
George.
Jeez.
Yes. I'm sorry.
After a certain date, you don't have to guard Joel Embiid.
Chris, they're starting.
You'll guard.
Listen, we all know Joel Embiid has a Dominican landlord that only collects rent in April and May.
2 weeks. We got 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Sorry. You're right. Sorry.
You. The Dominican Lou be like, rent due. You can't get in this fate, bro. You got to post up right in this free throw line extended to do something.
Gotta love it.
Hard to have 41 in game one. He's all out. You got to go to Tobias.
George, how do you give yourself so much trouble, man? We said 2 weeks.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, yo. Wemby had.
See, they lock up his head.
Yeah, it's not making its way through. It's almost like somebody's hitting the bleep button on George.
What?
It's because I'm being out of order. That's why. Let me calm down.
What we got for this upcoming Sunday?
All right, this upcoming Sunday. Let's see what we were popping for this Sunday.
All
right.
I know we got the Thursday night game. It's Kansas City Broncos.
Yeah,
the question is, will Taylor Swift be at the game? Will Taylor Swift be at that game?
Will Travis
Kelce
be at the
game? She's ruining football.
I know, but the NFL needs her for even though they're already popular already. They want more fans. Why do you think they're telling her to stay here, put the camera 30 times a game?
After every offensive play for the Chiefs, that Sunday night when they played the Jets, the camera panned immediately to that box where Taylor Swift was sitting. It is the most annoying thing as a fan, even a fan of the game. Just to have it just focus on her. I'm sorry. That whole
language. You got to reframe that language.
Hey, wait a minute.
Facebook might cut us.
Don't do that.
Facebook might cut us, Andrew. Reframe that language.
Wait, what did I say?
No, just don't say it again because Tommy have a field day with it.
Oh, are you a Swiftie, Tommy?
You mean the press box? The press box.
Let me get them together.
Hey, yo, that was crazy.
Hey, yo, that was
crazy. Yeah, all right. You know what I meant. Whatever.
I gotta get you together.
If we're gonna do a that's what she said thing, okay, I got you. Y'all are low key trolling me. That's cool. I guess I walked myself into that one.
It's all love, Andrew. It's all
the
love.
Private press box. Emphasis on the press.
Yo, that was crazy.
Hey, yo, that was crazy.
I forgot I could use that. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Man press?
You got the
No,
Ravens.
but you're right though. You're right though. You're right.
Ravens, Titans.
Gosh, that's so hard to pick.
I think what about the Falcons versus the Commanders? Now that's an interesting matchup.
What's interesting about it?
The Commanders not a bad team. And what I mean by they're not a bad team, they're a team that could win games, meaning like they could possibly beat the Eagles another conference game. Like
They can beat the Eagles and lose to the Bears.
Wait,
The Commanders need a running back. That's what you guys need.
the Commanders have more talent than the Giants.
facts.
Yeah.
Like that's all. Like the fact that y'all are even mentioned in the same sentence is wild as hell. Like you guys have way more talent than we do.
Facts.
How are y'all as bad?
Facts.
Who's
I
their
got
coach?
3 running backs that are actually good.
Like, listen, I'm just happy that y'all suck. Like, I'm happy when the Eagles suck and the Cowboys, everybody. Like, I'm happy when everybody sucks with the Giants. So I just chalk it up to like Tuesday. But like now that I'm thinking about it, y'all have a lot of good players. Why are y'all as bad?
Who's our coach?
Riverboat Ron.
All right,
Riverboat. The
Y'all better pull a
Riverboat.
y'all better pull a mutiny and figure it out. Cause
The next
A lot
coach
of
is
ways-
right next to Riverboat Ron, man.
Quiet is kept. Quiet is kept. The Falcons have a nice defense.
They have a pretty good young offense too.
The Falcons have a really good secondary. Their secondary is
AJ
low.
Terrell is very
underrated.
underrated. AJ Terrell.
Their
is very
secondary
underrated.
is young, but their front four is old as sin. Them boys are old, like Calais Campbell and
He-
Autry, I think. Hold up, let me.
even though he's one of the top 7, top 5 corners in the game. AJ Terrell is very underrated. Since his rookie
Yeah.
year, he's been having
He's
to
good.
They get the respect he deserves.
Yeah,
And they got
You know,
Okuda
top 10
as well.
corner.
yeah, they did. Yeah, how did
They got
Detroit let
Bates
him
too,
go?
right? From the Bengals. He's for safety.
Which one?
Jesse Bates. Jesse
Yeah,
Bates,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I still can't
Hold on.
believe how Detroit let Okuda walk out the door.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
he was
surprising
hyped
to
up,
me
and I
too.
don't
With him
think they
and
got
Smith,
the return on investment with him.
he got hurt a couple times though, so maybe.
Yeah, it's
Detroit's where a lot of players walk out the door.
Hmm.
yo, I heard somebody suggested that the Bears should trade Justin Fields to the Falcons.
No,
That's where he's from.
but why? You took Ritter like the second round, and Ritter's playing decent ball. Why you want to disrupt what they have now? Him and Ritter's like the same. Maybe Ritter's older because Ritter's like a 5-year guy from out of Cincinnati. So maybe he's
Possibly,
older.
yeah.
Wait, Ritter bounced back this week, but let's rewind 2 weeks, and that was an abomination. Watching that was a horrible game, man.
Which one? The
that
one in
he
Europe?
had.
The one in Europe?
Wherever it was, yeah. And was it when they played the Bills in London?
Yeah.
The Jags.
Yeah, I don't know where they're playing, but wherever
They
they're
play
playing,
the Jags.
Man, let's just be happy that game was televised with Toy Story figures because whew, I think
Yo,
it made them
by
look
the
a little
way-
bit better.
Yo, by the way, I'd be a football savant if they was doing that back when I was a kid. I'd be like, yo,
Yeah.
football's on. G.I. Joe figures. I here catching deep balls.
Yeah.
Yes, sign me up. I'm in on that.
Facts.
Holy smoke. That's phenomenal.
That was a cool concept, but you could tell that thing was super glitchy in the beginning.
There
Oh,
was.
my
It kind of slowed down after a while, then it froze and it started back again.
Yeah. They had the announcers in that game were like, you could tell how awkward it was for them in the beginning because all the camera literally was just locked on them, and you see them sitting there like bobbing their heads and like blinking, and they're like, "Well, if you look behind me, we got Slinky Dog, who's the yard marker."
I have an idea moving forward. Instead of saying what's going to be the game of the week, why don't each of us go around and say what's going to be the upset of the week?
Upset of the week.
Yeah.
All
'Cause
right,
I'm
so
looking at
what
this
is
thing
it?
right now. And
NFL Week 6.
yeah,
They rattle off the games.
Giants over the Bills.
Denver beat KC.
No,
Upset of the week. You ready?
It's an upset.
Andrew, your boys are gonna do it.
I appreciate the faith that you have in them, but
I got to
What?
call it upset. There's my upset.
wait, hold up.
That's your lock and loaded upset.
That's my lock and loaded upset.
All right.
George was nice enough to text me on Sunday night when the Jets were looking good against the Chiefs. George, what did I tell you?
You said just wait.
My exact words were, "Nah, fam. I've seen this movie before. I got my box of tissues right next to me.
Almost
I'm not
passed
buying
out, bro. That joke was so funny.
This man, he texted me, goes, "You good?" That was the funny. That made my night. That text message.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets. That's gonna be my upset.
It was 3rd and 18, and they played, man, and Patrick Mahomes ran for 22 yards.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the reason why they're not going to upset Philly is because they play man coverage on 3rd down. It could be 3rd and 400, and they're going to let the quarterback escape to the freaking 1st down marker. No, they don't spy enough against these mobile quarterbacks. It's annoying.
You know what?
Is the Buccaneers beating the Lions an upset?
Yes, I think so.
Right, that's my upset of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take that too.
Evans is playing.
Oh, hold on.
That's why I didn't even buzz looking at that.
Hold on now. Hold on.
If ain't no Mike Evans.
I'm taking the Seahawks over the Bengals.
Which one you got, Hugh?
Seahawks over the Bengals.
Okay.
Seahawks on the road.
You know what? I'm gonna stick my chest out. I got the Niners losing their first game to Cleveland. They're playing at Cleveland in the rain, weather conditions.
The Cleveland
It's gonna be about 40.
Is Deshaun Watson playing though?
Yeah, I don't. They said he was practicing. I don't know.
Oh, Evans got a hamstring. Never mind.
Check out Deshaun Watson. Because the weather conditions, rain, 47 degrees.
It's perfect.
Not for the 49ers.
That's a Browns game if you ever said one before.
Actually,
nah, the 49ers can run the ball though. They got Juszczyk, they got McCaffrey. They should be able to ground and pound if they need to.
Yeah, they're going to ground and pound.
Purdy's from Iowa State. It's cold in Iowa, so he's used to the elements. Iowa State. Actually, McCaffrey, California, Stanford.
Gil is watching with us. Gil said he got the Colts over the Giants.
That ain't upset.
Is that really an upset though?
You got Tyler Minshew.
That's
Sorry,
a
you got
divisional game.
Minshew.
They got the best backup quarterback in the league.
Facts.
Or he put
Gardner
Titans over Ravens.
Y'all got to come heavier than that, man. Those are like flip a coin, hope for the best. We got to go heavy. Like I'm saying that the 49ers are going to lose to Cleveland.
Yeah. Honestly, the two upsets would be Jets over Eagles or like what Tommy's saying, the Browns over the Niners. Because those are two powerhouse teams that are undefeated.
Everything else is like flip a coin.
And maybe Hugh, because I know he was joking, but the Giants over the Bills. If you really want to play that game,
that is an upset. That would be an upset.
That's a miracle. That's a miracle.
We're going to.
You know what? I hope it happens for you. I'll be rooting for the G-men this week.
We're going to where it snows. They shut down for 2 months when it snows in Buffalo. That's what we're going.
If the Broncos win at Arrowhead, that's an upset.
Of course, I would say that was the first one.
That's an upset too. Yeah,
those are upsets. Yeah, so we should like pick 4 games that we know that's going to be like almost a 9+ spread.
Or you think Carolina could beat Miami in Miami?
No, absolutely not.
Carolina's gonna get stomped.
There should be no chance.
And who's the number 1 quarterback in the NFL?
Brock Purdy.
Tua, man, look at the numbers. Tua. I know how I feel about Tua. He ain't got no headache no more, Hugh. He's gonna aspirin good.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not. You know what? I'm not even gonna make a joke because he almost died last year. I was so concerned for him. I was mad at the Dolphins for real. So I'm not even gonna joke about his health.
You ain't gonna joke about him throwing up the set. I didn't know he was cribbing.
He will have a headache with Claypool.
You said it last year. He was like,
George, I was mad as hell last year. Like I was mad for real. Like, after the first, I forgot the order or the sequence of the injuries, but
first one was against
after the first one, they left him in the game. I was like, they had to hold him up to bring him back to the huddle.
I was against the Bills.
The game, y'all are tripping.
And then that was a Sunday. Then they played the
4 days later. Yeah. 4 days later, the other thing happens.
Yep.
Like, nah.
The boy was throwing up the rock.
Facts. You were saying, Tommy, he was doing up gang signs, Tommy. You know where he was at? You know if he was in East LA, Compton, you know where he was at. And I'm like,
He was set tripping. He was set tripping. Like,
You want to know why I think that Giants game is going to be closer than people think? Is the Bills are hurting big time on defense. Look how many guys that just went down last
oh
week.
yeah, that's true.
and Bob
They're
Miller
without
come back.
Tre'Davious White. They're without their two top corners. Matt Milano went down.
Micah
They
Hyde,
signed
right?
Josh Norman. Josh Norman's 35 years old. That
Yeah,
dude couldn't
Josh-
even run 50 yards without.
Josh Norman is toast.
Yo,
Yeah.
they signed Josh Norman?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
to the
toast.
practice
League?
squad.
He's still in the
He's
league.
Yo, hold on. The last time I saw
Now he
Josh
is.
Norman, last time I saw Josh Norman, he was doing Vlad interviews. Isaiah Hodgins needs 5 touchdowns this week. There's no excuse. If they put him on the field, it should be barbecue chicken alert. I know it's not basketball season, but we need to light him on fire. That's disrespectful.
He is on the practice squad though. He hasn't signed to the active roster. But the fact that they're even going to take a chance on a 35-year-old, come on now.
Since
Come
me
on.
and Hugh
Yo,
are
when-
only 2 Giants fans here, Hugh, where is Hyatt? We brought him in
there.
against Arizona. He was the one that set it off with the big play.
He's
Wait.
hanging out with Kyler Murray.
Wait, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't believe in Daniel Jones. Like I told y'all early, that contract is ridiculous. Other Giants fans told me to shut the hell up. I said, okay, you guys can have it. I don't believe that all of this is Daniel Jones' fault. The offensive line is.
Cheese.
I want to if I could create a new language to express how garbage they are, I would do it for you right on the spot. Like I would just make up a new word. Yo, they are
The thin tissue.
a bit. Yo, it's the worst. I've never seen that. And I want my quarterback to go away in any way possible. Like if he got hurt, I'd be like, yo, Tyrod's up, let's go. And that would be cool. This is abuse though. Like,
Yo, hold up, Hugh, not to cut you off. You didn't get a scary moment the other day when Tyrod Taylor came in and got that hit?
Go. I'm thinking, who gonna play? We don't have a backup, but who's gonna be the
wait,
backup?
hold on. At this point, who cares?
Yeah.
They're all cannon fodder. They're
There you
all
go.
cannon fodder. It
There you
doesn't
go.
matter. It doesn't
Yo.
matter. Like, yo, let me tell you something. This has been a problem since Eli was our quarterback. He was killing grass a decade ago because our offensive line was so bad. And a decade later, we still talking about we can't block nobody. This is crazy. How does humanity move forward if we don't address the problems and fix them? So people at one point were walking from New York to San Francisco. Walking. And then voila, the car. Like, you see? Like, yo, we know
Buggy.
you can't
The buggy
win
came
if
first,
you
the
don't block
buggy,
for
the
the
buggy.
quarterback. Yo, this is absurd. This is crazy.
He said he walked
Yo,
from New
I
York. to
can't.
San
Like,
Francisco.
this is too much.
Well, we
Like,
have,
teams have gone to the Super Bowl twice since we've had a good offensive line. That's wild.
we have to sign a quarterback because right now Daniel Jones is hurt with his neck, and Tyrod's the only one that we have on the roster.
Daniel Jones hurt with his neck. My neck been hurting watching him all year. So I guess we're even. Like I want to feel bad. I do. But you know, I'm over here killing Sundays watching these dudes out here getting dressed up, I guess. Like I don't know.
I
But
feel your pain, man. I feel your
That
pain.
man said he got to make a new vernacular.
I do
Talking
like
about
this
it
is,
done.
He got to
All
dig
the
up
word-
Webster.
all the
He
words
got
are
to dig
there.
up Webster to add to his dictionary.
this is wild. Like,
He
Listen,
got to
I
dig up
understand-
Webster.
and the thing is, I don't even expect us to beat the teams that we're losing to. I don't expect that. I don't think that we're 40 points worse than the Cowboys. I know they're better. 40 points though, my G? 40? And then
I mean, hey,
40?
yeah.
Well,
40.
yeah, Alma, which 40 points? Which 40 points worse than the Cowboys? But the
And-
records
hold on,
show,
hold on.
Yeah.
Tommy,
records
hold on.
show that we're
Tommy, here's the thing. Wait, here's why he can say it.
because he
Because
did
they
it.
did it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even though we know that we're not 40 points, but the history shows that we're 40 points worse than the Cowboys on that night.
Yo, has Dak Prescott lost to the Giants ever?
It's like
Ever.
10-2, bro.
That's for come on, B. Come on, B.
Yeah, it's
Yo,
it's
the
overwhelming.
Yo, the 49ers see him and they say, oh, free money. And then we see him and we run in our bank account. That's crazy to me. That's wild as hell.
Can I also
wondering
bring
on
up
the thing.
why is there so much shame in losing to the best team in the league? Like, what's up with that?
No, I'm not
You
ashamed.
guys got
I'm
beat.
not ashamed.
You guys got
I'm
beat
not
down by the
ashamed.
best team in the. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you saying that. But it's
Mhm.
just like this rhetoric going around. Oh, the Cowboys lost to the best team in the league. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how about they just really good over there? Like, but that's also another thing.
Here's the thing.
yeah.
I can address that. It's not about blowing it up. It's the fact that it shouldn't have looked as bad as it did, in most people's opinions, just based off of last year and all the scuttlebutt, if you will, the kerfuffles. Like, we expected a little bit more of a pushback, and then it became something different.
I'm going to.
But here's why. Here's why.
I go ahead, George. Go ahead.
Here's why. People talk about us and don't tell the complete truth. The game was, if let anybody tell it, last year's game in the playoffs was just like Sunday. But it was a close game. It was a one-score game. It was at one point it was like 9-9. Tony Pollard got his ankle broken in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Ezekiel Elliott in 2023. and our second, come on, Hugh.
I've been wanting that job.
Stop me out, Hugh.
We don't hear about Sunday. We don't want about history.
No. Hear me out. Our second receiver, our number 2 receiver was Noah Brown. Noah Brown, I said we don't want to talk about last year no more. Let's talk about now. Noah Brown signed with the Houston Texans. You know where Noah Brown is on the Houston Texans depth chart?
Oh.
He's number 5. So we were supposed to beat the 49ers with Ezekiel Elliott with the feed me tattoo on his stomach.
2023.
2023 Ezekiel Elliott. See, he gets it. like they were literally the best team in the league. So I mean, it is what it is. He had people want, I guess Dak specifically, they want him to be what he's not. Like, we took away Amari Cooper from him and said, still go win. Like, it don't work like that. They took away Amari Cooper and then paid the guy that blew his Achilles.
Yeah. Who?
Michael Gallup.
Michael Gallup. But the thing was that Amari Cooper had the best rapport with CD Lamb. Hard Knock showed me that.
Yeah.
That was his guy.
Like, why would you do that? Like,
because teams don't care. Bro, teams don't care.
If I'm and like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're looking at, I always go to the AJ Brown thing because the Eagles just drafted Devontae Smith. So they just drafted Devontae Smith, who was doing well.
Heisman Trophy winner.
Howie Roseman said, yo, trade for him, pay him. Jalen Hurts' time was up. Jalen Hurts was time to get paid, paid him. When it's time for a Cowboy to get paid, deadline, franchise. Zach Martin has been the best interior lineman in the league for the past 4 years. This man had to beg for his money. Like, stuff like that, bro. We're not good. And I'm gonna stop talking about the Cowboys until Jerry Jones dies. We're not gonna be good. He has to die.
Yo, you guys are good now. You guys are good now.
No, I'm sorry, elite.
Thank you.
For us to be elite,
Thank you.
Jerry Jones has to die. He's fine with us being good because we're good enough to stay in the headlines, make the playoffs, and then lose again. He doesn't care about that. He just cares that we lead off every show.
But you can do that and win too, though. Like, that's the thing that I don't understand. Like you're not the first person I've heard say this. Like Knicks fans, Tommy, you might have said this too, but like Knicks fans would be like, yo, James Dolan.
No, Tommy, it's hot, Tommy.
Right? Like, he's fine just making the money because he's going to sell out all the time. But if you're going to do that anyway, you can win too. Like, Because, like, listen, if you're telling me that I'm like the Knicks, let's use the Knicks, stay on the Knicks just for an example, not to take it to basketball, but
No.
I just know these numbers. So if they're the second ranked franchise, right?
Yeah.
And I know that I've been asked for 30 years, like, wouldn't I be able to become the number one franchise if I started winning? Like, Golden State is number one. They started winning 10 minutes ago. Like, I remember when the Lakers used to go to Golden State and stomp all over them and then walk out. And now they're the highest value team in the league.
They got a taste of winning. They got a taste of winning. They said, we're paying everybody. Draymond, here's a bag of money. Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole. I saw that you can't write in person. Bag of money. Like they give everybody.
But you're paying for the win. But you're paying for the wins. Like if you're gonna make the money anyway, I want the glory too. It doesn't make sense to be making the money because you're spending money too. It's not like you're lowballing all the players and nobody's making money. You have to pay someone. So you
here's the difference, though. Like I don't want to bring up the Knicks, so I'll go back to football time. With Jerry, remember Jerry is 957 years old. 26 years ago to him is a drop in the bucket. So all 5 of those rings, they still fit on his hands. He still sees all those trophies and be like, "Yeah, God darn right with the Dallas Cowboys." But that's how he feels.
Yeah, but you know what's better than 5, 6, 7, and 8. Like I need all of those. I need all of that. All of them. Like
he'll give you the lip service all day. I'll do whatever it takes to get another one. No, you won't.
I don't think.
No, you won't.
I don't think there's an active player on that team that was alive when they won their last one.
I don't think anybody in the league that was alive. Tom Brady already retired. There's
only one common thread from the last Super Bowl win until now. Also, just want to throw in the San Francisco 49ers have a longer Super Bowl drought than the Dallas Cowboys. But nobody likes to talk about that because they got there and they lost, but they did it. They did it.
We got 2.
Y'all got 2 wins.
We got
y'all
2
have
rings.
two rings.
We have 3 appearances, 2 wins in the century.
Oh, okay. I think we got.
But they'll laud the Niners. They'll talk about the Niners like crazy and won't talk about y'all 2 wins. Y'all beat the great dynasty. All they do is make it and lose. Find a new way to lose.
Big us up, George. Big us up. Go on, big us up. Preach.
I have the least problem with the Giants in the NFC because like you guys literally. Well, that part, but you guys have like the most likable players out of everybody. Everybody else I can't stand. I don't even know why me and Chris are friends because there's nothing about the Commanders that I love. The Eagles I despise with my entire heart. They're the biggest front-running frauds in the entire NFL. They make me completely sick, and I pray for their downfall. I pray
you're about to fall asleep, Andrew.
Andrew, I'm sorry.
I'm good. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
Andrew's still mad at us about the Kirk Cousins thing. He's still mad at us about the Kirk Cousins.
No, I'm not mad, dude. Please.
No, I'm joking, bro.
Well, except for George, we all have somebody to be miserable with because all of our teams are suffering except for George's. This team is just struggling. Our teams are suffering.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
They throw vinegar in my wound.
You said what?
They're throwing vinegar in my wound.
I know the feeling.
Doug Williams, Mark Ripken, and Super Bowl MVP, Chris. You got
1991.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mark Ripken, Doug Williams. They beat the Broncos and they beat the Bills.
I hate them so much.
Yo, we need the Cowboys and the Commanders to get up on their job, man. Y'all, come on, man. NFC East looking bad right now.
It's not. It ain't gonna be us.
Super Bowl appearance or something.
I guarantee you, we're gonna trade for some 5th-year linebacker that you never heard of before in the next 2 weeks. I promise you, it's gonna be like Daniel Bigsby. Like what?
Yo, you guys are gonna get the Chandler Jones. You're gonna scoop him up.
Oh shit, that'll be a
You
good
guys,
one.
mark my
Yeah.
word, the Cowboys will be the team to take a chance on Chandler Jones.
I bet you they
That-
will. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what
They did it with the dude from San
Carolina. They
Francisco.
want to beat up his wife, right?
Greg Hardy.
No,
Yeah, he's-
I'm thinking of the dude from San Francisco. What the heck was his name?
The guy who drank all the time? Smith? Alden Smith?
Alden Smith. Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
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 I shouldn't say drink all
was
the
the
time. Alden
Raiders
Smith, if
too,
you're
right?
watching, my apologies. I know that. I'm sorry.
He's with the Raiders too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Then brought a
With
gun to
Gruden.
the air. Brought a gun to the airport. How you remember? How could you remember a playbook, but be dumb enough to bring a gun to an airport?
Who did this?
Alden
Alden
Smith.
Smith.
Is he on meds or something?
Yeah.
Is he on medication?
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's recovering alcoholic. Like he had abuse, like
He's a good
he had
talent too when he was in
like
San Francisco.
6 or 7 DUI stuff like that. Yeah,
He was on the hardball teams, right?
I think so. I think didn't he have a record for like most sacks for the 49ers or something like that? Until
Could be.
most-
They
I
had,
think
they had a
It
monster
was like
defense back
first
then.
3 years or something like that.
yeah, it was something.
He has the
sick.
most sacks all time in like 3 years, a 3-year span.
He was
Yo.
a rookie when Patrick Willis was there, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Niners had a good little defensive squad. Oh my god.
Jim Harbaugh is going to the Chargers.
Think so? Yeah, I
we
can see
we
that.
said that. You remember I said that we was talking about that, and I was like, that's the where he's gonna go.
It's gonna
That's where
happen.
he has to go because he has to be
Brandon Staley got pictures of somebody in that organization. He's not going
He has
nowhere.
to go. George, first of all, I'm going to be honest with you. I have been hating on Justin Herbert for like 2.5 years.
We know.
I just don't get it. Like he walked in, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, like weapons galore. Why can't y'all win? So I was putting it on him early.
Mhm.
I got to retract it. I apologize. He's super talented. He's very good. The coach might be borderline retarded.
Yeah.
And then the defense is trash too.
I don't, bro. Like, come on, B. Like, we just gonna go for fourth down all the time. Like, anytime it says fourth down, we just gonna go green light.
If you look at Herbert's stats, he's not losing games. His stats are impeccable. His stats are crazy.
No, he's putting up numbers. He's having a hell of a year this year too.
You see his touchdown to interception rate? It's sick.
Listen, you're right. All of you are right.
Gonna be like Dan Marino.
I have to eat my words. He is doing his thing. His coach makes him look retarded. Like, forgive the language. His coach makes him look bad out here. Like, he has to go. And I would have, first of all, I would have very unceremoniously fired him after the playoff game. Like, bro, you don't have to worry about a post-game speech. Don't worry about don't even worry about talking about next year. Next year's here. Bye. Like, you're not. I can't have you around my franchise quarterback.
What about the game against the Raiders? That the last game of the season,
Man.
they put a timeout, and they said the Raiders coach already said, "Dude, he takes the knee. I'm
Take
not
the
running
time.
play. We're both
Yeah.
going to the playoffs."
Yeah.
He took the time out to run the ball. I was like, "I forget
Yeah.
that." Remember
Like,
that?
screw you, dude.
Yeah. He said
Like-
if they just took the knee, both of them go to the playoffs because that's what got the Steelers in it. Big
For
Ben
him, for him to do that,
spit in the face.
further lets me know he has paperwork on somebody.
Mhm.
Brandon
knee in the
Staley
playoff.
got.
No, we're
Brandon
gonna go timeout
Staley-
and run it and don't get it, so they can go
I'm
back to
trying
the
to
prime.
tell you, he got Roger Goodell at some strip joint. Whenever the last time the Super Bowl was in Atlanta, he got all the pictures of Roger Goodell. He's like, the
Yo,
minute
Roger-
y'all fire me, him and
Roger
Flores.
got to let the pictures fly. Roger got to let the pictures fly. Mr. Kraft was in a sex shop getting hand jobs, and the
Listen.
feds ran in and they said, "What are you doing here?" He said, "I'm getting a hand job." They said, "Okay, cool," and let him go back home. Like,
Yeah.
right? Am I bugging?
I'm here for my weekly rubbing time.
They
Wait,
were
is that what
gonna
happened, or am I
they were
tripping?
gonna, they were gonna arrest the lady that was doing the hand job and not him, not the.
You know what I'm saying? So, this is not. Hey, this is a free for all, baby. Do what you do. Freak,
That's because-
don't freak off. Just get the win.
Robert Kraft called the customer satisfaction guarantee.
Yes.
He wanted to press charges when he wasn't up
Yes.
to par.
100%. He got the 10 holes punched in his card and everything. He a freaking flyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Roger, let the pictures fly, man. But you can't let this dude
So what are you
ruin
doing
his kid's
here?
career.
Hold on.
What
Hugh,
does
you
it
said
look like? I'm getting a hand job.
Move out the way. I'm about to explode. Move out the way.
Yeah, like if you don't want
You
if you don't want no
said that was
DNA
free?
evidence, I suggest you back out the room. Like
you
you about
said
to
he
get
got, he
DNA.
got 10 hoes
Oh.
joints.
Yeah,
Oh
it's crazy.
man. He said, son, if you never watched CSI before, I suggest you leave the room.
You know
It's
what I'm saying? Get that black
it's
light
about to
off.
get me.
I took 2 pills. It's
About to
about
look like a
explode.
Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Brandon Staley about to ruin that man's career and burn that
Oh
organization.
man.
Yo, they have Khalil Mack and the other Bosa. How do they have the worst defense?
And their defense is bad with Derwin
We
James.
got Derwin
And
James.
Derwin.
Yeah,
So they got
that's
Asante
wild.
Samuel Jr. Do they got Asante Samuel Jr.?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. They did have
Come on, man. Come on.
JC Jackson too, and they traded him. Well, I mean,
Derwin James?
Bro,
Derwin James?
JC Jackson refused to check into the game. they asked JC Jackson to go to the game. He was like, nah. I'm straight.
I'm chilling. My ass is on the bench.
I'm
good here.
good, bro. I'm good here.
He's going to be the same idiot for the last 6 weeks, put them in position to lose. And now he's like, yo, you know what? I'm going to sit this loss out. And now he's bugging. Like, nah, I've listened to the same nonsense for 5 weeks. I'm cool.
Okay, I got a quick scenario about that, Hugh. You hit the nail right on the head. They were up in the 2 games that they lost, and they came back. The other teams came back and beat them. They lost to the Dolphins by a field goal. It was 36-34 win for the Dolphins. They were up, and then the Dolphins kicked the field goal to win. They lost to the Titans by 3. They were up on the Titans, and the Titans made the comeback to win by 3, right? And they won their last 2 games. They beat the Vikings and they beat the Raiders. So what we're saying is that if their coach was competent, they would be 0-4 right now because the games that they lost were winnable games where they were leading in the 4th quarter and the other team came back. And it's not like Justin Herbert threw INTs or turned the ball over. So we can't put the blame on him.
I mean, I'll give up the Dolphins win. Like I'll give them a mulligan on that because they are like they're basically Golden State. Like they can score as fast as they want to score, pretty much.
A track team.
Like, right. So I'll give that up. Like you might lose to them. But like even going back to the playoff, I'm not giving up the playoff game last year. Like you're up 4 scores. You know what I'm saying? And in 30 minutes, the dude comes back and walks you down. You have to go home because you're a defensive coach. Like you are a defensive coach. And then that happened. And now you have the worst defense. And you guys just named off 5 Pro Bowl level players on their defense. And they're terrible. Terrible. This is first of all, the fact that they don't have higher expectations tells me everything I need to know about the coach. You're as talented as any other team in the NFL.
So why don't
your receivers are top notch. Austin Eckler is as good as top 5 running back in the league?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you guys just listed off all the defensive players. How many teams have that many good defensive players?
Right.
And all the teams that do are elite teams.
Right.
Brandon Staley has to go. So that's crazy. Like the general manager should be wanting to shoot somebody. Bro, look at what I gave you. And you got us down here fighting for 3rd place in the division? You're tripping. There's no way.
So Chargers versus Cowboys. Monday night. What you guys got? Dallas?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm taking Dallas too.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is Mike Williams hurt?
Yes.
Done for the year.
Yes.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Is water wet?
Yeah,
He always hurt.
Oh,
He always hurt.
I'll take the Cowboys.
It's 3 a.m. dark. Come on, man.
I'll take the Cowboys in this one.
And we don't even know if Eckler's gonna play.
Wait, what?
Is Eckler playing?
Eckler's playing.
They said he's 99% willing to go, ready to go.
99%. It's still 25% when it comes to playing. Like I got him in fantasy. Trust me, I know. He played week 1. He ain't been around since.
Nah, he's supposed to be back. We lost Vander Esch. Other than that, yeah, his neck has always been an issue, and he's on the IR he's on the IR for at least 4 weeks.
It looked bad.
That hurts.
We have
So
we
we
have our
need linebacker help ASAP.
we have our Hugh and
Chandler
I,
Jones, line one.
Hugh, Chris, and I. We have our picks that we do every week, and I pick the Chargers. So I'm not gonna change my statement. We're not tech back with chat. I'm going with the Chargers to win this.
I think I put the Cowboys. I hope I did. Nah, that's what it's supposed to be.
But these are the games I love to see. This is what you want to see. The top, like I wouldn't say the top teams, but the top players, the top quarterbacks. These are like the primetime players that you want to see. These are the primetime names in the sport. You want to see them on Monday night. You don't want to see no Denver play the Jets. No, nothing wrong with the Jets, but I'm saying you don't want to see Denver play the Jets on a Monday night game.
I mean, I would have if Aaron Rodgers was playing. That would have been a great game to watch.
If Aaron Rodgers playing, they'll probably be
Whoa,
like,
whoa. Why don't you worry about your quarterback over there, okay?
Get him, Andrew.
I have an ulcer. I have an ulcer from worrying about my quarterback. I have to worry about somebody else's now. My quarterback is giving me agita.
Maybe Daniel Jones can refund some of you Giant fans with that bag that he got.
Bro,
that's a heavy bag there, Andrew. That's oh my gosh.
I just love that we're all stressed
Hold on,
out this week.
all the people that wanted him to get the money shouldn't get any money back. All of you that wanted him to get paid, you get nothing. You get to sit here and watch this. All the stuff, all this thing you wanted sponsoring, you get to watch it. I need some money back though.
What's that movie on Netflix where you have to keep your eyes open and what was that thing called where they were like blindfolded walking around? Was it Bird Box, right?
Yeah.
There was a Sandra Bullock in it.
You know that scene where the guy's holding the dude's eyelid open? I'm like, that's
trying
you
to tell
right
you.
now. All the old Giant fans supported the Daniel Jones contract. Now you gotta watch this. I'm gonna tie your eyelids open.
You're gonna watch this and love it.
I'll say this forever. And if there's any GMs watching, stop declining the 5th-year option on these rookies. Stop getting cute. Because the Giants went into the season before, it was like, all right, Dayball's here, but we're going to stink. So what we're going to do is that we're going to decline Daniel Jones' 5th-year option, get him up out of here, draft us a nice quarterback, re-up, sign Saquon, and we're going to get rocking with a rookie quarterback. What happens? Y'all make the playoffs. So how do you tell your fan base after making the playoffs, we're not going to sign the quarterback back?
Very easily. 15-5. What are you talking? What? Wait, hold on. Wait. Anyway, okay. Okay. If you've been a fan of football of any team for any given period of time, right? From the year 1998 to today, this is 25 years, right? If you said our quarterback from last year threw 15 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and we plan on building our future around this guy. And by the way, that was the best year he's ever had. And by the way, that was his 4th year in the league. Exactly.
That's why you don't decline his 5th year.
No, but that sound is exactly what you would get back. Why are you building? Like, that's crazy. That don't make no sense. But somehow
that's why, yo. Especially on a quarterback. You never decline the 5th-year option on the quarterback. Because that's cheap. Because that's cheaper. It's much cheaper than the franchise tag.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't disagree with you. He's not worth it anyway, though. So the fact that you gave him, nobody was going to give him $40 million. Nobody.
I don't know.
Give me 5 teams. 5 teams that would have negotiated against the Giants to get the price up to $40 million. So if I say I'll give you 30,
come on,
Cowboys.
Come on,
but give me 5 teams. What 5 teams would have paid Daniel Jones $40 million? If we started at 30.
Damn.
For 15-5, by the way.
Tennessee
would have gave him 40.
They would have to cut because what's name got paid though. Tannehill got a contract too.
He's in his last year.
They would have to cut Tannehill and bring on whatchamacallit. You can't have 2 guys making 40. Like I think Tannehill making like 35, and you can't bring.
He's making that much.
Yeah, Tannehill got paid. I can show you. Yeah, Tannehill got paid.
Well, yeah, he's in his last year, so it might be a nice chunk of money. So I mean, quarterback is so hard to replace.
Not if he's bad. If he's bad, he's bad though. Like
Jimmy G got a job. Like these dudes keep jobs, man.
Jimmy G's competent though. Like nothing that Daniel Jones has put on whack, other than last year, makes you feel like he's a competent quarterback. And the thing is,
I don't know.
okay, watch this. I like comic books a little bit. Let's go to superhero origin stories, right? Our superhero's origin story was being a 3-5 quarterback in the ACC for Duke. He didn't even play in the good division where Clemson was. Like he was busy moving to Boston College and them. So then what we did was draft him in the lottery.
One of the best nights of my life. One of the best nights of my life, boy, I tell you.
So that's what we're working with. And now they said, you know what? Let's double down on this foolishness, $40 million a year. And then competent people who watched Phil Simms, who watched Jeff Hostetler, who watched Eli stumble his way through his career and then into 2 Super Bowls, you can't look at Daniel Jones and feel like this is comparable. Like this is what you put for real. Like the only thing they have in common is that they look alike. That's the only thing they have in common. The football IQ is not even close.
I misspoke. Tannehill got 4 years, $118 million. This year he's getting paid 29 mil, so 30, not 35, 30.
Daniel Jones numbers. and Tannehill has put up better numbers than Daniel Jones.
Geno's only getting 25.
Hey, he's 35 years old too. Tannehill's 35, making that type of cash. Nice.
I mean, listen.
Getting 24.
Who?
Nobody. Garoppolo's getting 24.
Wow, he just got there.
Geno's getting 25.
Geno's
Nobody's paying Daniel Jones 40.
Facts.
Nobody in their right mind
Facts.
was paying Daniel
I
Jones
agree.
40.
I agree. If Geno and Tannehill get that much,
So we negotiated against ourselves, right? We overpaid the quarterback and then refused to pay our actual best player.
You did like Washington.
And now, and here's the irony. Here's the irony, right? The irony is, oh, Saquon gets hurt. We can't pay the running back. Running backs get hurt. Joe Burrow almost blew his leg out, right? And Daniel Jones now got a broke neck, or something's going on with him, right?
Mhm.
Like,
So Rob Parker said something smart. Stop paying the position and pay the player. Like you're paying Jimmy Garoppolo $24 million to be ass, but Josh Jacobs is arguably the best running back in the league. Yeah, take $13 million instead. What are you talking about? If it wasn't for me, the ball wouldn't move. So, like, I don't get it. But hey,
Feel
as long as
bad
the
for
guys
Josh
stay
Jacobs.
What'd you say, Andrew? My bad. I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
No, I said I feel bad for Josh Jacobs, really, because I think the reason for his downfall this year is because of Garoppolo.
Mhm.
I mean, Derek Carr, I'm not going to say Derek Carr is a major upgrade over Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's definitely an upgrade, and he's someone who could throw the ball down the field, take chances, spread the offense a little bit more. And now, you're stuck with Garoppolo, who's a game manager at best with these,
So
5 to
is-
10-yard throws. What do you expect from Josh Jacobs? He's not going to be that guy who's ripping off, 30-yard runs. The poor guy, he's like, he's stuck right now.
If I'm a running back in the NFL, I need Todd Gurley's address.
Todd Gurley is not
his
giving
address.
nobody his address. He's scared he's gonna get arrested for theft. He's like, I'm out of here.
Him and Sean Alexander.
Man.
I need their address.
But Dick, hey Chris, check this out. Derek Carr, 4 years, 150 mil.
Mhm.
That means he's getting 28.5 mil a year.
Where you said 4 years, 150?
Yeah, 4 years,
That's like
150.
37.
He's getting 37 and a half.
My apologies. That's his 25 was his signing bonus. My apologies. I read it wrong. 28.5.
Overpaid.
So he's getting 37 and a half. Aaron Rodgers is getting 37 and a half.
He gave money back though. That's his own problem. That's his problem. Wasn't Aaron Rodgers supposed to get like 60 or some shit this year?
Yeah,
and he restructured it, right?
Kudos to Rodgers for doing
He
that.
gave
give
money
them more
back
cap
to get
flexibility.
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, and Dalvin Cook is. Don't even get me started with that. I'm about to hang up the phone. I can't take another
it, Chris.
Dalvin Cook conversation.
That's it.
All right, so fellas, I gotta jump. Gotta get ready for work tomorrow.
All right, blessings.
Yeah, I got to bounce out too, fellas.
All right,
I'll
thanks,
let y'all.
fellas. Appreciate
Yes, sir.
this, yo.
Absolutely.
All right.
All
All
right.
right, guys, have a good one.
George, thanks, yo.
No problem.